World-defying Dan God Chapter 4341, Creator. Chen Shang now also knows how powerful the 6 Fate Souls are, because they have acquired a lot of life souls of the universe. Fate Soul contains infinite and magical power. If multiple small Fate Souls merge with each other, it will eventually become terrible. The proud God Furnace swallows the Heavenly Nightmare's little life soul. It should take a long time to fully integrate. Now I don't know what it will become. Chen Shang wanted to take a look at the Aoshi God Furnace, but he couldn't, because the Aoshi God Furnace exudes a breath, which may be felt by the Heavenly Nightmare Clan and the Heavenly Nightmare Orcs. Go to Chalong Island first. Chen Shang took out the talisman and went to contact Shen Junyi and the others. Zuying, are you on Chalong Island? Chen Shang asked. No, we left Saint Profound Star. Shen Junyi said, I want to take Zuying to find my sister. Go to the Heavenly Mother Palace. Chen Shang hurriedly asked, did something happen to the Heavenly Mother Palace? It's about the Celestial Mother. Zuying said she has a way to regain consciousness. Shen Junyi said, the Celestial Mother must know a lot, and we also need the Celestial Mother to lead us to the holy desolation of the Celestial Mother. The Heavenly Mother's life and soul in it is very important to us. Then you have to be more careful. Maybe the 6 sacred gates are already eyeing the Heavenly Mother Holy Palace. Chen Shang said, I will rush over as soon as possible. You have to be more careful. Shen Junyi said. If it was before, Shen Junyi was still more worried about Chen Shang being alone, but now she knew that Chen Zhang's abilities far exceeded her cognition. Zuying didn't tell Shen Junyi too much about Chen Shang. There are also a lot of things to do in Tianmu Holy Palace, but Chen Shang can't interfere with their affairs. I'll go to Chalong Island first. Chen Shang is going to see Chalong Island, because there are still a lot of DZI in the entire Chalong clan. He still cared for the Chalong clan very much. After all, it was a tribe that bred through killing Chalong. In addition, the Chalong clan was loyal to him, and it would be difficult for the Chalong clan to grow up in the future without Chen Zhang's help. You still have to get stronger quickly. Chen Shang had already seen the strength of the Heavenly Nightmare tribe and the Heavenly Nightmare Orcs. Not only were they large in number, but their overall strength was very powerful. If they unite, they can easily quell all the forces in the sanctuary, but fortunately, they don't have this idea yet. In addition, will there be other actions on the 6th clan of Life Soul? Although it is difficult for God's domain to interfere in the sanctuary, it is difficult to come from God's domain after the space wall is reinforced. However, if Guanyin could run over from God's domain, then the 6th Life Soul clan would definitely be fine. The Heavenly Nightmare tribe and the Heavenly Nightmare Orcs are fighting in the sanctuary, and the 6 life souls must control the situation secretly, balance the 2 clans, and allow them to fight each other long enough in the sanctuary. I also want to have my own people. Chen Shang also knew that if he wanted to control the situation in sanctuary, he alone was not enough. Although the Shen family and Long Jushao had a lot of manpower, they were far from the Heavenly Nightmare clan and the Heavenly Nightmare Orcs. Chen Shang didn't mean to destroy the Heavenly Nightmare Orcs and the Heavenly Nightmare Orcs. What he had to do was to have a powerful enough force to frighten the Heavenly Nightmare Orcs and the Heavenly Nightmare Orcs. He didn't want himself, the creator of the proud universe, to be looked down upon by outside forces in Sanctuary. Although the opponent did not have any malicious intent towards him, the battle between the Heavenly Nightmare and the Heavenly Nightmare Orcs was essentially a conspiracy of the 6th clan of Life and Soul, and Chen Shang wanted to destroy the 6th clan of Life and Soul. Fate Soul 6 clan should have used Fate Soul to create a powerful Heavenly Nightmare clan, then I should be able to do it too. Chen Shang suddenly thought of this. The previous Golden Wolf King and Heavenly Nightmare Thunder King said that they were created by the 6 Life Soul clan, so it is difficult for them to eliminate the 6 Life Soul clan. Aoshi universe was made by my mistake. Let me create another Aoshi universe, I definitely can't do it. Chen Shang stroked his chin and thought, but well, such a powerful Aoshi universe. If it can be made out, then I should also be able to create a powerful creature in the proud universe. Most of the creatures of Aoshi universe are inherited from other eras back then. Audience universe's creatures are too weak, mainly because there is no power blessing from Fate Soul. Chen Shang thought of the Heavenly Mother Soul clan, which had the Heavenly Mother Holy Palace under the Heavenly Mother Soul clan, and later split into the Demon Soul Girl Kingdom. Most of the women in this power were created by the Heavenly Mother Soul race. The Heavenly Mother Soul race should have created many powerful clan girls through that Heavenly Mother Fate Soul. Chen Shang secretly guessed. they are now anxiously looking for the Heaven Mother Fate Soul. Maybe it is to make the Heaven Mother Soul race better. Strong. I have a Fate Soul, but only a small Fate Soul. If I want to create more powerful creatures, do I need the power of a Fate Soul? Chen Shang had been in Sanctuary for so long, although he could feel that there was a force behind him supporting him, but he had never communicated with Daming's soul. No, I have to find Daming Hun's help. Chen Shang secretly said, Daming Hun, this guy, who hides comfortably in Aoshi Tiandi, has to do something. He made up his mind and waited for the Aoshi God Furnace to consume the Xiaoming soul of the Heavenly Nightmare, and then contacted the Aoshi Universe Big Life Soul through the Aoshi God Furnace. He wants to borrow the power of the Great Life Soul to create a powerful creature in the Proud Universe. Yes, it should be like this. Aoshi Universe is so powerful and special, but the local creatures are looked down upon by others. This is not good. The previous Golden Wolf King and Heavenly Nightmare Thunder King, they all came from the Heavenly Nightmare Universe. They all admired the goodness of Aoshi Universe, but they looked down on the creatures of Aoshi Universe. Any creature in Aoshi Universe is a low-level creature in their eyes. Although they said that they would not kill the creatures of Aoshi Universe, the numbers of their two races were so large that as long as a small part of them could not be controlled, killing randomly in the sanctuary would be a disaster for the creatures of the sanctuary. They add up, there should be at least tens of billions. Chen Shang frowned. There are too many, and there are no rules in Sanctuary, they are so strong. Tens of billions of Heavenly Nightmare people and Heavenly Nightmare orcs, some of them must be evil. In addition, the 6 Fate Souls are secretly messing up. Maybe it won't take long for the entire Sanctuary to become misty. When Chen Shang thought of this, his face gradually became solemn. He was lying on the 6-way magic mirror, thinking about something. Brother, there is something in front. Sister Xiaojing suddenly reminded Chen Shang. Chen Shang immediately looked forward and was shocked. In front, there appeared a huge castle floating in the air. Take a closer look, it turned out to be the Aoshi temple that Huang Jintian took away before. World Defying Dan God Chapter 4342, Fei Cheng. The temple of Aoshi is bigger than before, and it looks like a huge city with high walls. It is not a problem to accommodate millions of people. What shocked Chen Shang most was that such a big guy could float in the air. Old Huang. Master, Master. Chen Shang immediately took out the talisman and went to contact Huang Jintian. It is also very close to Chelong Island. Is the temple of Aoshi going to Chelong Island? Master came to the sanctuary before, but it was also the ghost of Daming Shui. So now when I go to Chelong Island, Daming Shun also instructed him behind. Chen Shang screamed Huang Jintian frantically at the messenger. The temple of Aoshi has changed. Although it is still a palace, it looks much more refined and new. It is right in the middle of that city. Ha ha ha, my good disciple, we finally meet. Huang Jintian laughed loudly. From the messenger, do you miss me very much? Master, why are you here? What's wrong with Aoshi temple? Chen Shang asked. Where did you come to sanctuary? What did you do? I didn't go anywhere, I just swallowed a star. Then I ran here. Huang Jintian smiled. Why did the Aoshi temple become like this? Chen Shang asked. It's completely different from before. You may not be able to say it. The temple of Aoshi is alive now. After I swallowed the star with the temple of Aoshi, I became like this by myself. Huang Jintian laughed and said, Little devil, why are you here? A long story. Chen Shang finished speaking to the messenger, then looked at the floating flying city ahead, and said, Master, let me in quickly, I want to talk with you in person. Good apprentice, I'm very busy as a teacher, I'm afraid I won't have time to meet with you. Huang Jintian said, the Great Life Soul has asked me not to let you enter the city for now. What the asterisk is this? Why can't I enter the city? Chen Shang shouted. You suddenly appeared here with the temple of Aoshi, don't you want to help me? Good apprentice, you have a lot of magical powers, you don't need to help your teacher. Huang Jintian smiled. I have other things to do. What the asterisk is it? Chen Shang hurriedly asked. Now there is a lot of turmoil in Sanctuary, I really need help. I know. You don't need help, you can surely settle it all by yourself. Wait, don't you think about fighting the guys in the Heavenly Nightmare Universe? Huang Jintian said. Not really, my enemy is the 6 Holy Gates. Chen Shang said. The soul of the big life said, as long as you don't touch the 6 sacred gates and the gang of heavenly nightmare universe, you can sit back and relax in the sanctuary. Huang Jintian said, you just don't touch them. Chen Shang wants to smash the messenger. Da Ming's soul actually wants him to shrink back. How can this work? If he shrinks, wouldn't the 6 sacred gates and the creatures of the heavenly nightmare universe be able to do whatever they want in the sanctuary? However, the great life soul itself does not care much about the creatures of Aoshi universe. As long as his great life soul is still there, Aoshi universe can operate in an orderly manner, and after many years, creatures can reappear. That's it, don't follow the temple of Aoshi. Huang Jintian smiled and said, it's right to listen to the soul of life. No, I will fight with them to the end. Chen Shang said, the 6 sacred gates have come to provoke me over and over again, and they are running dogs of the 6th clan of life soul. I must destroy them. The 6 sacred gates are difficult to entangle, and the 6 fate soul races are more difficult than them. The 6 fate soul races will also intervene in the disputes in the sanctuary, so you should hide. Huang Jintian persuaded. Life is so long, why bother so urgent? Huang Jintian is an old guy who has lived for many years, and he is immortal, he can naturally say that. HMPH, I don't care. I must destroy the 6 holy gates. Chen Shang said, just wait and see. You can't kill the 6 holy gates. Huang Jintian said, when you really come into contact with them in the future, you will know how difficult they are. You should listen to them. Master, can't you open the door? If you don't open the door, I will attack. Chen Shang said. If you can't open it, you can't open it, you have a kind of attack. If you can break through the temple of Aoshi, it means that you have the ability to shake the 6 holy gates. Come and try, ha ha ha. Huang Jintian smiled. Wait for me, Chen Shang snorted. He looked at the flying city and thought that he would definitely not be able to attack. Such a big thing can fly in the air, behind this must be the power of the soul and the law. A faint spatial fluctuation suddenly appeared around Fei Cheng. Just as Chen Shang wanted to say something, he was swept away by a wave of space, and Fei Cheng rushed to the distance in the blink of an eye. So awesome, Chen Shang exclaimed. If it was just gadgets that could fly through space in this way, then Chen Shang would not be so shocked. But it was a big flying city just now, flying directly through space. How much energy does it take to do it? It seems that Da Ming's soul will not help me create creatures. Chen Shang snorted. Then I will do it myself. That ****** Da Ming's soul, it seems that it cannot be used for me. Chen Shang was very dissatisfied with this. Brother, it should be that Da Ming's soul does not recognize your current strength, so I won't listen to you. Sister Xiao Jing heard Chen Zhang's complaint, and said, also, during the birth of Da Ming's soul, you were sealed again. Get up. In the process of his growth, you have not been able to influence his thinking, so his thinking is very self-conscious. Okay, I'll refine a great life soul. Chen Shang said with a curl of his lips, it must be impossible for me to create another Aoshi universe. But to create a great life soul, I should be able to do it. Quote. Chen Shang intends to study his alchemy. The birth of Aoshi universe was the result of his alchemy. Fortunately, I have a little soul. Chen Shang took out the Azure Dragon Slaughter Demon knife, which was still wrapped in a black shell and had not yet completed its transformation. The more they think I can't do it, the more I will do it to them. Chen Zhang's heart became firmer in his previous thoughts. He wants to create the powerful creatures of the Aoshi universe, to maintain the order of the Aoshi universe, and to destroy the evil outsiders of the Minghan 6 races. Just start from Chelong Island. Chen Shang intends to use Chelong Island as a starting point to realize his grand plan. Brother, there are a lot of heavenly nightmare people in Chelong Island. Sister Xiaojing said, you have to drive them away. This is necessary, Chen Shang said. They are so powerful, let them go to other places and don't invade the territory of the Chelong clan. There are many stars near the Saint Profound Star, but the environment in those places is relatively harsh. Besides, Saint Profound Star is also very empty. For example, there is a big ocean. Chen Shang had already come to the sky above Chelong Island and found that a large number of Sky Nightmare people had come out of the flying shuttle. Most of these people were from the lower clan, and a small part of the upper clan had not seen the golden flying shuttle of the royal family. World Defying Dan God Chapter 4343, Island Capture. Everyone in the Nightmare tribe has a flying shuttle, although it is still unknown whether these flying magic weapons will continue to fly after landing. But these shuttles have flew after all, but they must have a way to fly again. They have so many flying shuttles, they can go farther. If you negotiate with them, maybe you can let them leave Chalong Island. Brother, the location of Chalong Island seems to be quite dangerous. It is above the space gate of the Heavenly Nightmare clan. At the same time, it is in the Kanglan Sea, not far from the Heavenly Nightmare Beast Gate. Little Jing reminded sister. Although these two groups are not aggressive at present, it does not mean that they will not be so in the future. It's okay, I just tried it on a small scale. The reason why I chose to be here is also my consideration. Chen Shang let the 6 divine mirrors land on the ground, and then contacted the Chalong Patriarch. After contacting the Chalong Patriarch, Chen Shang did not take off immediately, but waited for the Chalong Patriarch in place, because there were too many people from the Tianmao tribe, and they were all awakened. Sister Jing, didn't we explode a large number of sky source crystals before? In Chalong Island, it will be easier to collect sky source crystals. Chen Shang said. Since I want to create powerful creatures, I must have the ability to absorb Tianyuan Jing. The two races of Heavenly Nightmare and Heavenly Nightmare Orcs, they must be able to absorb Heavenly Source Crystal. Otherwise, the Heavenly Nightmare Orcs wouldn't have made such a large Sky Source Crystal ore early. Yes, and there should be something hidden under the Kanglan Sea, which can quickly create the Tianyuan Crystal Mine. Sister Xiaojing said. From the deep sea, it is easier to enter the center of the earth. Why can it be created so quickly when a large-scale Tianyuan crystal mine is released? The answer lies in the center of the earth of Saint Profound Star. Yes, Chen Shang said. To create a powerful creature, you need a strong energy source to support it. The Great Soul will definitely not help me, now I can only rely on myself and the Little Soul. Brother, you will be successful, I believe you. Sister Xiaojing was full of confidence in Chen Shang. Thanks for your support. Although Chen Shang has this plan, he has no idea how to create a powerful creature, he just has a general direction and idea. He sat on the trunk of the big tree, waiting for the arrival of the Chalong Patriarch, while thinking about what key he had missed. When the Heavenly Nightmare clan comes to Aoshi Universe, it will definitely be affected by Aoshi Universe and then undergo a great change. Chen Shang touched his chin, and said, could it be that the Heavenly Nightmare clan will be assimilated by Aoshi Universe? That's for sure. Isn't Yingying the same? She originally belonged to the 6th clan of Life and Soul, but the aura of her 6th family of Life and Soul has gradually weakened. Little Jing said, if you can't adapt to the environment, she will eliminated by the environment. The great life soul of Aoshi Universe has not fallen into anyone's hands at present. That is to say, all the creatures in Aoshi Universe, their growth and evolution are all affected by the great life soul. Chen Shang frowned, said, then, Daming's soul can adjust the law, and then weaken all creatures. This was only Chen Zhang's guess. In short, the soul of life must have a huge plan, and also convinced Huang Jintian. Otherwise, Huang Jintian would not be so diligent to help Daming Hun. I have a small soul, the creatures I created should not be weakened by the laws of Aoshi Universe. Since Chen Shang came to the sanctuary, he could feel that the law and power of Aoshi Universe seemed to be unable to restrain him. Try it. Sister Xiaojing smiled and said, brother, do you think about how to use the Aoshi Shen furnace to create life? I haven't figured it out yet. Chen Shang spread his hands and said with a wry smile, it seems difficult. I can only start with the transformation, such as the transformation of the Chalong clan. Direct creation is very difficult for Shen Shang. And the Chalong clan is very good in all aspects, you can use the power of Xiaomingxin to transform them first, and see how effective it is. Not long after, the Chalong Patriarch came. He was the only one, and he respectfully saluted after seeing Chen Shang. Dragon Lord, did you gain anything by going out to sea? Chalong Patriarch asked. The Heavenly Nightmare Orcs are very strong, but they are not as aggressive as the legend. Chen Shang said, how are you getting along with the Heavenly Nightmare tribe on Chalong Island these days? They are not very aggressive, they just look down on us. Some are more curious about us, and some hate us. In short, there are a lot of them, and they have various ideas about us. On the whole, they will not massacre us. Chalong Patriarch said. If you are singled out, can the strongest among the Chalong clan beat them? Chen Shang asked. I don't know, because I haven't beaten it. The Chalong Patriarch shook his head and said, I can't see their cultivation base. Their cultivation seems to be very different from ours. Do they have a person in charge on Chalong Island? Chen Shang had contacted the Heavenly Nightmare tribe before, but had not studied it in depth, so he didn't know the strength of the Heavenly Nightmare tribe. Yes, the clothes they wear are all blue. They are the Heavenly Nightmare High Clan, and their status is extremely high. Those in white clothes are respectful to them. Chalong Patriarch said. They are highly ranked. Even if people in blue clothes are weak, they can be better than them. Patriarch, have you ever told them that Chalong Island is your territory? Chen Shang said again. I have said it. I talked to the group of masters directly, but they all laughed at me and said that we are not qualified to say such things. Chalong Patriarch sighed. I told them that I divided them on Chalong Island. The site, but they don't care about me at all. They are too strong and there are so many people, they can really ignore us. Have you digged for the DZI? Have you been bullied by the nightmare? Chen Shang asked again. He was still very concerned about the Chalong tribe. It can't be done at all. Because there are people everywhere, the area where the Dragon Master is located is very small. The Chalong Patriarch was helpless, sighed, we are too weak. We are in conflict with them. Slaughtered. So even if you are bullied by them, you can only bear it. Can't it be done quietly? Chen Shang must take Chalong Island, because there are a lot of DZI beads on the island. We are going underground, and they will perceive it. Those guys are too strong, and they laughed at them as gophers. Chalong Patriarch shook his head. Call everyone. You all recognize me as the Dragon Lord, then I can't let you be wronged. Chen Shang said. I'll call everyone here. Chief Chalong quickly notified all the clansmen. After the notification, he asked, Dragon Lord, what are we going to do next? Run them away. Chen Shang smiled slightly. Don't believe me, I already have a solution. World Defying Dan God Chapter 4344, Dan Puppet Army. Chalong Island is the largest island in the Kanglan Sea. Although it is called an island, it is indeed about the same size as a continent. The number of Chalong clan is indeed pitiful compared to such a continent. As aborigines, facing a large group of powerful outsiders, if they don't sullen under their breath, there is only a dead end. When Chen Shang talked with the Chalong chieftain just now, he already knew that the Chalong clan had suffered a lot of grievances. Dragon Lord, are we going to fight with them? The Chalong Patriarch only thought of this. In his opinion, only this way can drive off the invaders. The door of their space is still emitting shuttles, right? Chen Shang smiled. Just block the door. Ah, how to stop it? Patriarch Chalong was shocked, but he had seen the space gate up close. It was so huge, and the spray force was still very powerful. It had been spurting shuttles for a long time. A large number of Heavenly Nightmare people, the upper clan, the lower clan, and the royal clan, spew out from that space gate every day. According to their number of tens of billions, it will definitely take a long time. I need a lot of G beads. Chen Shang said, so next, I want to train you guys and help me gather 100 billion G beads in a short time. This, Chief Chalong was shocked. What does Chen Shang want G beads for? Of course it is used to drive the 6 sacred mirrors, use the 6 sacred mirrors to enlarge, and then seal the door of that space. After sealing, he can sit down and negotiate terms with the Tianmao tribe. The Nightmare tribe wants to fight with the Nightmare orcs, and there are more number of the Nightmare orcs, and they are not hindered from coming from the Nightmare universe. If the space gate of the Nightmare race is sealed by Chen Shang, it means that their number will be greatly reduced. At this time, Chen Shang can negotiate terms with the Heavenly Nightmare clan. The premise is that the 6 divine mirrors can withstand, and not be blown by the Nightmare. In a short time, the Chalong Patriarch gathered more than 70,000 Chalong people. Only 50,000 people are suitable for mining. Then Chen Shang began to control the Holy Soul Pill puppets in the 6 divine mirrors, and began to make a large-scale pill. Although Chen Shang has been busy in various ways during this period, he has not been idle in the 6 magic mirrors. The Holy Soul Pill now can not only refine alchemy, but also refine weapons. Yes, Chen Shang has cultivated the Holy Soul Pill puppet more powerfully, and with the help of Sister Xiaojing, the Holy Soul Pill puppet already has its own body. The number of Holy Soul Pill puppets is also increasing, and now there are 500. Chen Shang collected a lot of souls, or equipment materials, most of which were refined into the body of the Holy Soul puppet by the Little Mirror Sister. After refining the Holy Soul Pill puppet energy, a large number of pill furnaces were also refined. Now I am quickly refining alchemy and making symbols. This is Chen Zhang's secret power, only the 8 demon dragon knows. Ape Demon Dragon and the others were not idle either, eating various poison pills to enhance their toxicity, and their cultivation bases were constantly improving. Chen Shang now wants to refine a hidden pill, and after eating it, he can hide completely. Then you can hide tens of thousands of Chelong people and sneak into the ground to dig G beads. This is not difficult for him at all, it is very easy to formulate pill recipes and then start batch refining. Brother, the Holy Soul Pill Puppet has a body, if it is improved, maybe it will have the power to fight. Little Jing said, I can make the body of the Holy Soul Pill Puppet stronger. The 4 elephant god soldiers have all been refined by the 6 Tao god mirror sacrifice, so Sister Xiao Jing herself is also a hidden refiner. Not in a hurry, Chen Shang said, Sister Xiao Jing, how did you study that dragon egg? As my brother guessed, that egg has the power to reverse time. Little Mirror said, I don't know what exactly caused the egg to have the law of time. Can it be used? Chen Shang said, using the power of the dragon egg to create a time formation, the Holy Soul Pill Puppets are all refining alchemy and refining talisman within the time formation. In this way, we can quickly in time, get a lot of equipment. After reversing time, 1 year has passed within the time formation, but only 1 day has passed outside, which can save time. Yes, but you know, brother, this formation must consume energy. Little Mirror said, although the DZI bead can be maintained, but it can't be used for a long time, it consumes too much. It seems that we need to master the method of absorbing Tianyuan Jing faster, and we must obtain a large amount of Tianyuan Jing. Chen Shang said, brother, I feel that there is no dragon body in the dragon egg. Sister Xiao Jing sighed. Sister Chelong's body needs to be reborn, so I can only think of another way. Yes, if dragon egg has the time to reverse, then it must be extremely special inside. Chen Shang felt so too. Sister Chelong's body, let's talk about it later. Her soul hasn't been gathered yet. Sister Xiao Jing said, at the moment, we are going to get a lot of DZI and then expand the number of Holy Soul Pill Puppets. Not bad. Chen Shang is now also beginning to refine the Holy Soul Pill, he needs to collect a lot of powerful souls to refine. Then inject the various consciousnesses of the alchemy refining talisman into the Holy Soul Pill Puppet, and then in the 6 divine mirrors, the little mirror can debug it, and the Holy Soul Pill Puppet can accomplish many things. 3 days later, the Holy Soul Pill Puppet refined enough hidden pills, and Chen Shang distributed them to the group of Crimson Dragons. Chen Shang tested the hidden pill and was sure that he would not be perceivable by the people of the Heavenly Nightmare, before allowing the Crimson Clan to dig the DZI beads. The Heavenly Nightmare people also know that DZI contains energy, but they all look down on it, because they all absorb the celestial source crystal ore. Chen Shang also took advantage of the present to study his mind-sightedness. It's time to awaken those 2 soul gifts. Chen Shang now also feels that soul gifts are very important. If they can assist in the battle, they can be surprised, causing the opponent to lose. For example, before Chen Shang, he used the ability to control emotions with his mind and eyes to defeat powerful enemies. Among the Crimson Dragons, those who did not go to dig G beads were young in infancy, and their strength was relatively low. They are now digging holes in the giant trees in this woods, but they are all worried. Because of the flying shuttle of the nightmare, it will come here sooner or later. Even if there is no flying shuttle, there will be people from Heavenly Nightmare who open up wasteland to this place. Only a few days after Chen Shang came to this place, Heavenly Nightmare came to occupy it. Chen Shang, who was studying the awakening of soul poems in the tree cave, also sensed that the Heavenly Nightmare people came outside, and the Chelong Patriarch had already gone to negotiate with those Heavenly Nightmare people. I hope these guys can be more polite, otherwise, I will get rid of them all. If Tianmao is really too arrogant, Chen Shang will not be polite. Do you like this site? Donate here. World Defying Dan God Chapter 4345, Counterattack the Nightmare. Chen Shang had a very pleasant conversation with Yan Qing, a member of the subordinate Tianmao tribe, but it doesn't mean that all Tianmao people are as easy to talk as Yan Qing. In the eyes of the Heavenly Nightmare people, the people of Sanctuary were originally very weak and lowly. If they were bad-tempered Heavenly Nightmare people, they would never show the people of Sanctuary any face. Chen Shang was still in the tree cave and didn't go out immediately. He was studying the 2 soul pros to be awakened. If nothing happens outside, he doesn't want to go out either. Patriarch Chelong was outside, very politely welcoming those who came. Chen Shang asked Demon Shadow Divine Soul to look over. If there is an emergency, Demon Shadow Divine Soul can also help a little. Chen Shang was in the tree cave, only through the powerful divine consciousness, to perceive a large number of Tianma people approaching. He couldn't see the situation outside. Let's listen, what are they talking about? Chen Shang released more spiritual consciousness outside to listen to distant voices. How many times have I said, you lowly fellows, don't always occupy this empty place? Said a nightmare. Chelong Island was originally our birthplace, can't we even own our own territory? The Chelong Patriarch was a little annoyed, but still calmed his tone. This island is above our space door. This is ours. The nightmare sneered. Don't you want to own a site here? Such a precious site, you can't occupy an inch. Don't deceive people too much. Chelong Patriarch angered. What, you want to fight us? If it weren't for the order from above, I would have killed you. The nightmare snorted, do you think we really dare not kill you? If you are not honest, up with one order, you all must die. The previous heavenly nightmare Thunder King said that they would not slaughter the people in the sanctuary, and they did give orders. But whether the following will be executed in the end is hard to say. We only need this piece of land. We don't occupy a large area. Isn't this all right? The Chelong Patriarch also didn't want to have a conflict, because Chen Shang now needs them to settle down and dig the DZI beads. No way, no way. The nightmare said angrily, do you really think we dare not rival? Chen Shang immediately came out of the tree hole, and then quickly ran to the Chelong Patriarch. What if we don't leave? Chen Shang said to the nightmare in a very strong tone. It was a leader from the upper nightmare tribe who came with 10 members from the lower nightmare tribe. The leader was a middle-aged man, wearing blue clothes. The other 10 members of the lower tribe, seeing Chen Shang speaking in that tone of the leader, suddenly showed a vicious look, and they all stared at Chen Shang, looking very angry. The chief of the Chelong clan has been secretly ordered to hide the other Chelong clan. If you don't leave, then go to die. The leader smiled coldly, it's just a warm-up for us to slaughter you. You trash, you really don't know what gives you courage, how dare you speak to me like this? Didn't you just say that you have an order above that you are not allowed to mess around? Are you not afraid of being punished? Chen Shang said. Of course not, we are here to kill you, as long as we don't say it, who knows? Besides, that order has no binding force at all. The reason why we didn't do it was mainly because we were afraid of soiling the land. He looked at Chen Shang contemptuously, as if he was watching a dead person. In order to protect our homeland, we can only fight back. Chen Shang sighed, he had already taken out 6 magic mirrors. Just like you garbage, you actually want to fight back. What you call a counterattack is equivalent to suicide. The leader laughed. The other 10 nightmare men are also gearing up at this moment, with savage faces. It can be seen that they have all decided to opponents. Patriarch Chelong was very angry, and he was ready to die in battle. He knew that Chen Shang was a good dragon master, but Chen Zhang's current cultivation base was too low. It was difficult to defeat these 11 nightmare people. You are rubbish, a group of foreign guys, don't be rampant. Chen Shang said coldly. Little thing, go to hell. The leader slammed out with a swift punch, and the burst of mighty energy actually shattered all the surrounding giant trees. Even the 10 heavenly nightmare people behind him were all stunned by the blast from his body and flew to the distance, and then they all showed shocked expressions. What shocked them was that Chen Shang actually blocked it. 6 sacred mirrors were erected and suspended in front, facing the blue-jacketed team leader. The mirror was abruptly holding the punch. The blue-jacketed team was even more shocked, because the power he blasted out of the punch had all entered the 6 divine mirrors, as if it had been absorbed in an instant. Boom! The 6 magic mirrors shook suddenly, rebounding the power of the fist that the blue jacket leader had just now. I have to say that this guy's boxing power is really terrifying, even he himself can't hold it a bit. His gorgeous blue shirt was torn to pieces by the tyrannical boxing power. After his body was blown out, he hit several big trees. There are still many G-beads in Chen Zhang's 6 god mirrors. Absorbing the G-beads and running the 6 god mirrors can make the power of the 6 god mirrors very terrifying. The blue-jacketed team was really shocked, and that punch went out without the slightest effect, so he was just ashamed. Because in his cognition, people in this universe are as weak as worms, able to block him from a powerful blow, unscathed, which means that the strength is much stronger than him. No matter how strong the defensive artifact is, it is difficult to resist the power of his punch. Unless the person who uses this defensive artifact is very strong. So he punched out, and at the moment he was shocked. He did not expect that the 6 magic mirrors would rebound his fist strength, causing him to fly out and suffer serious injuries. Chen Shang also immediately followed the blue-jacketed leader who flew out, and then the 6 magic mirrors slammed on his head. Sister Jing, Shen Shang shouted. Sister Xiaojing and Shen Shang cooperate to release the most powerful soul power, to urge the 6 magic mirrors, and extract the soul of the blue-shirt leader. Chen Shang was also afraid that the spirit of the blue-jacketed team would be too strong, so he joined forces with Sister Xiaojing so that he can be foolproof. Ah, Sir Captain, a member of the Tianmao subordinate cried out in horror. They are all subordinates, and they are born to respect the superiors very much. Now that their captain has been killed, then according to common sense, they must not be able to beat each other. Sister Jing, no matter how many DZI beads are consumed, try to keep them. Chen Shang hurriedly shouted. The 6 sacred mirrors flew out, and then quickly rotated, using the 6 Taiji arrays to generate a strong suction. After the 10 nightmare men were locked, they were all sucked in by the 6 divine mirrors floating in the sky. Chen Shang stood on the 6 gods' mirror, unleashing his soul power with all his strength to cooperate with Sister Xiaojing. Swallow their souls, Chen Shang shouted. Can it be done? Yes, Sister Xiaojing said confidently. Don't say devouring souls, I can swallow them even people. World Defying Dan God Chapter 4346, Heavenly Nightmare Pill. Chen Shang didn't know enough about Heavenly Nightmare people, but Heavenly Nightmare people had souls, which was easy to handle. Although their souls are very powerful, the cooperation of Chen Shang and Sister Xiaojing, coupled with the formation of the 6 magic mirrors consumes a large amount of DZI, and the power released can extract their souls. Of course, this process requires a large amount of G beads, and Chen Shang hasn't even asked Sister Xiaojing how much it has consumed. But according to the operation of the 6 divine mirrors he just sensed, it consumed a lot of DZI beads. Soon, the souls of the 10 people under the heavenly nightmare were all extracted, and their bodies were swallowed by the 6 divine mirrors. The 6 magic mirrors can swallow these bodies for cultivation, which can make the 6 magic mirrors stronger. The Chelong patriarch on the side looked at him. In their eyes, the heavenly nightmare people who could not be defeated were actually killed by Chen Shang in a young state, and one of them was still a very strong senior. Patriarch, you quickly clean up here. Don't leave anything too conspicuous, I want to practice right away. Chen Shang said, there will definitely be people from Heavenly Nightmare who will do things, and we must stop that quickly. Space door. Yes, Patriarch Chelong originally wanted to say some compliments, but now he can only quickly clean up the traces of the battle. Chen Shang immediately returned to the tree hole before. Sister Xiaojing, how many DZI beads were consumed just now? Shen Shang asked. About 200 billion DZI beads were consumed. Little Mirror said, their power is too strong. What, I thought it was only over 100 billion. Chen Shang was surprised. These guys are far stronger than I thought. Just killing 10 will consume so many DZI beads, so relying on the 6 divine mirrors is not a long-term solution. So he had to block the space door, and then force the Heavenly Nightmare tribe to leave Chelong Island. There are a large number of DZI beads on Chelong Island, and Chen Shang relies on these DZI beads to maintain his strong power and to survive his weak period. I have to say that these Heavenly Nightmare people are indeed terrifying, and their souls have a lot of vitality inside. Chen Shang looked at those souls carefully, and found that the upper clan member had the most energy. The better a person's talents are, the more his power of empowerment. The empowerment is fixed. As a person continues to grow and perceive, then this person's empowerment will gradually increase. If the vitality is taken away and consumed, it is not impossible to regenerate, but it takes a long, long time. Chen Zhang's vitality has been consumed before, but he will soon be able to regenerate. This is the power of his soul. The Shang clan people are born with a lot of primordial power. Chen Shang said in surprise, the primordial power of the Shang clan is dozens of times that of the lower clans. This is terrible. And the subordinates of the Heavenly Nightmare tribe have a lot of power. Chen Shang had killed the powerhouses of the 6 sacred gates before, and those guys were much more powerful than most people. However, the energy of the lower race is more than 10 times that of the 6 magic mirrors. Then the Heavenly Nightmare Imperial family members endow Yuanli. Are these endowment powers inherited by blood? Chen Shang was shocked. However, he has now confirmed one thing, That is, when creating creatures, it is necessary to ensure that the empowerment is sufficient, and the growth rate of the empowerment is also very fast. Chen Shang had guessed before that if a large amount of primordial power was injected into the unawakened soul, then the awakened soul of the soul should be stronger. Therefore, he planned to collect enough Fu Yuan power, and then use Ao Shi Shen furnace to refine the pill, and then eat it, inject it into the unawakened soul Fu, to awaken the soul Fu. Now kill the nightmare, let him taste the sweetness. He has collected a lot of empowerment, but he still feels that it is not enough. These guys have so much empowerment, I can collect a lot. Chen Zhang's eyes lit up. Although the Heavenly Nightmare royal family issued an order saying that it is not allowed to slaughter the people of Ao Shi universe, the order is not binding, it is all consciously. There are many people from the lower Heavenly Nightmare tribe and the upper Heavenly Nightmare tribe, and many of them ignore the proud universe. For example, the ones that Chen Shang killed before were deliberately looking for things, and mainly wanted to kill the Chelong clan for fun. Chen Shang has a heart and a clear eye, so he can see what those guys are coming from at a glance. Even if the Chelong patriarch promised to leave here before, then they would also do it. Those guys can study the shuttle. After the Heavenly Nightmare were swallowed by the 6 divine mirrors, they dropped 11 storage rings, and Chen Shang asked Sister Xiaojing to look at the contents. There are a small amount of Tianyuanjing in their storage ring. Little Mirror smiled. Everyone has a shuttle and a set of armor, which is pretty good. Is there nothing else? Chen Shang asked. Is there no good thing about the storage ring of the Shang clan? Yes, it seems to be a kind of pill. Sister Xiaojing said. Brother, take a look. On the mirror surface of the 6 gods mirror, a small blue bottle floated up. Chen Shang opened it, took a look, sniffed, and said, it should be a pill, formed after refining, and I don't know what pill it is. Is it the Heavenly Nightmare pill that Yanqing said before? Yanqing had given him some Heavenly Nightmare Yuan ginseng before, which was used to refine the Heavenly Nightmare Yuan pill. Would you like to try? Sister Xiaojing said. Zhu Ying's previous practice was to retrain her Dao Yuan Jing, and use the power of Heavenly Nightmare to condense Dao Yuan Jing. Chen Shang said, this way, not only can you become very strong, but you can also restrain your life. 6 soul races. In this pill, there is a very strong power of the nightmare. Little Mirror said. However, the power of the nightmare is diverse and its uses should be different. Sister Jing, the Heavenly Nightmare clan is so powerful, and their Heavenly Nightmare power is also very special. How do you think this power is formed? Chen Shang asked. Do you still need to say? It must be the power of Fate Soul. Little Mirror said. The Fate Soul 6 races used a lot of Fate Soul to create such a powerful race as the Heavenly Nightmare clan, and even the entire Heavenly Nightmare universe. It was formed by absorbing the energy of many large and small life souls. In other words, the power of the Heavenly Nightmare is essentially the power of the Fate Soul. Chen Shang looked at the pill and said, my heart and eyes need to absorb the power of the Heavenly Nightmare, in fact. I want to absorb the power of the Fate Soul. To grow. Not bad. Little Mirror said. Xinmingyan is no longer an ordinary soul gift. I think Xinmingyan can become a small soul. I eat this pill and let Xinmingyan absorb it directly, so maybe I can cultivate Xinmingyan. Give it a try. Chen Shang immediately ate the blue pill. After eating it, Chen Shang could really feel a powerful force of the nightmare. He immediately introduced his soul to the sea of consciousness so that the mind could absorb it. In that case, soul proposition should also have a deep relationship with life soul. Chen Shang always wanted to figure out how the soul proposition came from. Now, he seems to understand a little. If he can really cultivate his soul fu and become a small life soul, then he can prove his idea. World Defying Dan God Chapter 4347, Different Ways. My heart is clear, and I really like to absorb the power of the nightmare. It seems that these powers of the nightmare contain the energy of the soul of life. Chen Shang told Sister Xiaojing about this discovery. Brother, the energy of Fate Soul can also be regenerated. For example, the medicinal materials of the Heavenly Nightmare universe absorb the power of the Heavenly Nightmare to grow up, and refine it into a pill. You can get more of the power of the Heavenly Nightmare. Little Mirror said. I just don't know if those medicinal materials can grow in Aoshi universe. Should not be possible. After Chen Shang ate the Heavenly Nightmare Yuan pill, the energy went directly into the sea of Soul Fu consciousness. Xinmingyan was slowly absorbing at this time, and Chen Shang didn't need to go to retreat to practice. He took out the medicinal material given by the subordinates of the heavenly nightmare, that is, the heavenly nightmare Yuenshin, and after doing some research, he said, sure enough, it cannot be planted. Aoshi Cosmos does not have the power of the heavenly nightmare, force. Brother, when the two space doors are opened, is the heavenly nightmare universe constantly gushing energy? Then after a while, there will be a lot of heavenly nightmare power flowing in the sanctuary. Little Mirror said. Not bad. Chen Shang suddenly thought of something and said, then we need to take Chalong Island even more. Chalong Island itself has a space gate, and a large amount of heavenly nightmare power gushes over, which means that a large amount of heavenly nightmare power will enter the ground of Chalong Island. Little Jing said. Yes, and at the heavenly nightmare beast gate over the deep sea, a lot of heavenly nightmare power enters the sea. Chalong Island can also absorb the heavenly nightmare power in the sea when it comes in contact with the sea. Chen Shang laughed and said, look. The energy that came to the universe of heavenly nightmare was transformed into the soul of heavenly nightmare. Brother, the heavenly nightmare and the heavenly nightmare orcs, they all have that kind of heavenly nightmare altar. I suspect that those heavenly nightmare altars can transform any energy into the power of the heavenly nightmare with life soul attributes. Sister Xiaojing again said, or, the heavenly nightmare altar is the formation method to gather the power of the heavenly nightmare. Maybe. Chen Shang nodded. When they came to Aoshi universe, they also need to continue to absorb the power of heavenly nightmare. Of course, they will gradually adapt to the energy of Aoshi universe, and then gradually be assimilated. Chen Shang suddenly had a set of cultivation ideas. He planned to merge his soul proposition, Heavenly Dao Seed and Dao Yuanjing. His Dao Yuanjing and Heavenly Dao Seed are very special. If they can be combined with Soul Fu, then his power will be even more peculiar. Especially the Heavenly Dao Seeds and Dao Yuanjing, if they can be integrated into his Soul Fu knowledge sea, they can undoubtedly enhance his soul and Soul Fu power. Another advantage of doing this is that it can hide Dao Yuanjing inside the sea of Soul Fu consciousness. The soul of the soul is in the depths of the soul, and Chen Zhang's soul is very powerful. If he encounters a powerful enemy and can't beat him to the point where his body is destroyed, then his soul can escape with Dao Yuanjing. In addition, when fighting, Dao Yuanjing was not afraid of being broken. Dao Yuanjing shattered and could explode the flesh. Or Dao Yuanjing was taken out, and he needed to practice again. No, I want to integrate the 6 magic mirrors. The more Chen Shang thought about it, the crazier he became. If he became closer to the 6 magic mirror, he could be strengthened in all aspects. If he wants to cultivate, the speed is still very fast, but he still feels very slow. If he can integrate with the 6 magic mirrors, and then use the 6 magic mirrors to cultivate and absorb energy, the speed will be even faster. Moreover, even if he doesn't break through, he can still have powerful power through the 6 magic mirrors. Chen Shang told Sister Xiaojing his thoughts. Brother, I think it's feasible. Sister Xiaojing was also excited after hearing it, and smiled. The 6 gods mirror originally fits well with my brother. I also want to know what it will be after my brother and the 6 gods mirror are more closely integrated. Kind of state. Chen Shang is very close to the 6 Dao mirror, because the 6 Dao mirror is in Shen Zhang's body. However, Chen Shang intends to establish a closer relationship between his soul, Dao Yuanjing, and Soul Fu with the 6 god mirror. Chen Shang started to try, but it didn't go well at all. No, Dao Yuanjing can't enter my soul space. Chen Shang frowned. Could it be that my soul is not strong enough? Brother, your soul hasn't opened up a space yet. Dao Yuanjing has quality and powerful energy. Little Mirror said, also, if the 6 magic mirrors are integrated into your soul, then the soul must be there as a space. It is incredible to open up space in the soul to store large mass objects. But this is not impossible. As long as the soul is strong enough, this can be done. The way to make the soul stronger is to quickly swallow the powerful soul. To make the sea of Soul Fu and consciousness stronger, you also need to absorb Fu Yuan. Okay, next I will continue to improve my soul. Chen Shang has a direction for cultivation. He doesn't want to practice the same way of cultivation as all the creatures of the Aoshi universe. Cultivating Dao Yuanjing directly, condensing the crystal nucleus, splitting the holy crystal dust. For him, this is too ordinary. If Chen Shang follows the same cultivation path as others, he will eventually become very strong, but this path everyone walks means that there will be others who can be as strong as him. Therefore, he must open up his own path of cultivation, so that others cannot copy his strength. The current cultivation system of Aoshi universe may be set under the guidance of the 6 fate soul races in secret. Chen Shang said, if this is the case, then the creatures of the entire Ao world universe will have difficulty jumping out of their way. After all, this practice they planned the way. Brother, the passage of the heavenly nightmare universe and the Aoshi universe may be an opportunity. Little Jing said, we must hurry up and gather the power of the heavenly nightmare universe. Chen Shang needs the energy of the great life soul, and the great life soul of Aoshi universe refuses to cooperate with him, so he can only refine the power of the great life soul of other universes. Wait for the proud god furnace to swallow the heavenly nightmare little life soul, it will definitely be a huge improvement. Chen Shang clenched his fists tightly. It can be said that it is very important that the proud world ***** furnace swallows the small life soul of the nightmare. The 6 fate soul races once possessed the heavenly nightmare little fate soul, but they did not make good use of it. The most powerful thing about Chen Shang is that he can use all kinds of energy to perfection. He has obtained a heavenly nightmare little life soul, and he has the confidence to use this little life soul to create a great life soul. Shinmingyan quickly refined the heavenly nightmare element pill. With a slight improvement, the soul of Shinmingyan became a little bigger. Very good, as long as I eat a lot of heavenly nightmare pills, my soul power will evolve faster. Chen Shang laughed, wait for Junny to copy her soul power to me, then I will be able to master the method of duplicating soul fu, I can make more soul fu. In Chen Zhang's view, the soul proposition is the seed of the soul of life. As long as it is cultivated and refined through alchemy, the soul can be refined into the soul of life. World Defying Dan God Chapter 4348, Nuwudan. Chen Shang had decided to live on Chalong Island for a long time, but before the nightmare people left Chalong Island, the island was not peaceful. In this environment, he is not allowed to engage in various researches in meditation. No, I have too many things to do. I don't have a power, I can't unfold it at all. Chen Shang had a headache thinking of this. For example, now, the heavenly nightmare will definitely harass them from time to time. To block the space door of the heavenly nightmare, at least 100 billion DZI beads are needed, and it will take a while to collect. If this goes on, the progress will be too slow. Chen Shang couldn't wait that long, he had to pass through the 6 magic mirrors as soon as possible to block the space gate. Sister Little Mirror, is there any other way to let the 6 gods' mirrors block the space door faster? Chen Shang said, according to the previous plan, 100 billion DZI beads are needed to activate the 6 gods' mirrors. I'm afraid it will take a long time. It takes a lot of time for Chen Shang to study the soul in the soul. He hadn't dealt with Chalong Island well, so he couldn't concentrate on studying these things. He must take Chalong Island and use Chalong Island as the foundation, and then ask the Chalong clan to help him collect the DZI, or collect the heavenly source crystal in the future, or through the space gate here, to absorb the power of the nightmare. All kinds of research that Chen Shang wants to carry out need these resources as the foundation. Brother, I think of a way, but I don't guarantee it will succeed. Because I have never tried it, said Sister Xiaojing. What way? Why can't you guarantee success? Sister Jing, you know the 6 magic mirrors very well. Could it be that this is the ability you just figured out? Chen Shang laughed. No matter whether you can succeed or not, try the total okay. But, if you fail, you will lose a lot of G beads. Because of that method, you also need a lot of G beads as a basis to open it. Little Jing said, brother, you decide whether to try it. What method? Let's listen to it. Chen Shang planned to understand this method clearly before deciding whether to try it. The Aoshi Mountains and Rivers picture with the 6 gods' mirrors on. Little Mirror said, let the Aoshi Mountains and Rivers picture appear over Chalong Island. Yeah, there is also the Aoshi Mountain and River map. I almost forgot about this stuff. But what about after the Aoshi Mountain and River map is turned on? Chen Shang naturally knew that the Aoshi Mountain and River map was very powerful, but didn't know the specific usage. You can gather the energy of all the DZI beads on Chalong Island through the Aoshi Mountains and Rivers, and introduce this energy into the 6 gods' mirrors, which can make the 6 gods' mirrors bigger and stronger, and suppress the space gate of the Tianmao people. The younger sister said, it's just that, to mobilize a powerful enough Aoshi Mountain and River map, a lot of G beads are also needed in the early stage. About how much is needed? Chen Shang asked, you can try this method. The Aoshi Mountain and River map can be released through the 6th Daoshen mirror, and it covers a wide area. My sister Xiao Jing said before that the Aoshi mountain and river map is very mysterious and can be used to give the 6 Dao Shen mirror a powerful ability. At least 10 trillion, Little Mirror said. This should be available in a short time. This is no problem, Chen Shang nodded. Just try to see. Anyway, we also need to understand the ability of Aoshi Shan too. Indeed, I don't know much about Aoshi mountain and river map now. Little Jing said, I always feel that the birth of Aoshi mountain and river map is related to your brother. I don't understand what kind of existence it is. It doesn't matter, this is a good thing anyway, we can dig it slowly. Chen Shang smiled. Sister Jing, it's up to you next. Chen Shang immediately contacted the Crimson Dragon Patriarch and asked him to contact the Crimson Dragon who went out to dig out G-beads, and came back to rest every once in a while. When tens of thousands of Red Dragon people went out, they could dig hundreds of billions of G-beads in a day. This speed also surprised Chen Shang very much. Brother, the Chelong clan is a very good ethnic group. Sister Chelong created it. I think there is still a lot of room for improvement in the Chelong clan. Sister Xiao Jing said. You may try to help Sister Chelong improve Chelong. Really? Chen Shang laughed a few times, then rolled up his sleeves and said with a smile, then the first step for me to create a creature, I will use the Chelong clan to practice hands. Brother, don't regress the Chelong clan. Sister Xiao Jing giggled and said, don't harm the Chelong clan. Don't worry, I have a sense of measure and will not kill anyone. Chen Shang said, they are indeed too weak. I want to make them stronger and for their good. Of course they can understand my good intentions. Chen Shang also wanted to proceed quickly, but the current conditions did not allow it, and the little life soul power he needed could not be used at all. The Ao Shishan Lu is a small life soul, now it has swallowed the small life soul of the nightmare, and is in a state of fusion and sleep. He found that to conduct a lot of research, you need to use Ao Shishan Lu. This proud furnace seems to be more and more important, as if it is omnipotent. According to the speed at which the Chelong tribe goes out to dig out G-beads, it will take at least 3 months. Chen Shang calculated the time. 3 months is still too long for him. Chen Shang suddenly thought of a way to allow the Chelongren to dig G-beads faster, and then he discussed with Sister Xiao Jing and felt that this method was feasible, so he immediately began to proceed. To put it simply, he wants to refine a special pill, which is as big as a fist and has storage space inside, which can hold DZI beads. This kind of pill has another ability, that is, it can burrow into the ground, can easily swim under the soil, and after sensing the DZI, it can store the DZI in the storage space in the pill. Chen Shang named this pill, Nawu pill, which needed the help of Sister Xiao Jing. Sister Xiao Jing is responsible for the later refining, because this kind of pill also belongs to the category of refining tools, and Sister Xiao Jing can refine the storage space in it. After Chen Shang struggled for a long time, he came up with a Nawu pill. He asked the Chief Chelong to test it, and the effect was the same as he expected. Then he immediately condensed his refining consciousness, injected it into the body of the Holy Soul pill, and began mass production and refining. Chen Shang estimated that if the Chelong people who went out to dig out DZI beads each brought 3 pill of nourishment, then in about 10 days, they would be able to collect 10 trillion DZI beads. Next, Chen Shang will continue to refine the Holy Soul pill. This kind of thing is too easy to use, the only drawback is that it can't refine that kind of particularly complicated and difficult to refine pills and tools. Some small things and gadgets, the Holy Soul pill puppet can easily do it. Chen Shang planned to refine the Holy Soul pill puppets whenever he had time, at least 10,000, and then let Sister Xiao Jing slowly sacrifice. As Chen Zhang's soul becomes stronger and stronger, his consciousness injected into the Holy Soul pill puppet will become stronger, so there are more complex things that the Holy Soul pill puppet can refine. The things that Chen Shang worried about before have come, and if the nightmare people are on Chelong Island, they will not be at peace. The 10 nightmare people had been killed before, and the nightmare people also noticed that they were all dead. The heavenly nightmare people seemed to be able to grasp the places they had been before they died, so they were rushing over. World Defying Dan God Chapter 4349, Can't Blame Me. After the Chelong clan discovered the hidden patrol outside, they immediately reported the news to the Chelong clan chief. Patriarch Chelong also contacted Chen Shang as soon as he learned about it. Dragon Lord, there are 100 nightmare people entering our territory. The Chelong Patriarch whispered outside the tree cave of Chen Shang, what are we going to do next? Patriarch Chelong had seen how Chen Shang killed the nightmare before, So now that the nightmare came over, he was not as panicked as before. Same as before, you let the other people hide. Then just leave it to me. Chen Shang said, if you want to kill them, it depends on their attitude. Their attitude doesn't seem to be very good, because they came all the way to cut down giant trees. Chelong Patriarch said, I let those young people and little ghosts hide in the ground. Many people from Heavenly Nightmare came this time. Long Lord, do you think we have to hide? Those guys can find here, even if we hide, they can also find it. Chen Shang said, I will meet them. Chen Shang left the tree cave immediately, went to the side of the Chelong Patriarch, and then stood in a clearing with the Chelong Patriarch. Not long after, the Heavenly Nightmare came from all directions and surrounded Chen Shang and the others. At a glance, there were only 2 people from the Heavenly Nightmare upper clan wearing blue clothes, and the others were from the lower clan. From the perspective of breath, there are at least tens of thousands of people around here. But now I only see you 2, are the others hiding? The face of the young man from the Heavenly Nightmare clan who spoke was cold, and his eyes were cold. This is our site, Chen Shang said. Everyone, you have disturbed us, please leave. Your territory? You don't look at what you are, how could there be your territory here? You actually let us leave, how old are you? Another member of the upper clan also spoke, and he seemed to be a teenager, with a very arrogant tone. Are you the subordinates of the Thunder King of Nightmare? Chen Shang asked. Have you heard of the Thunder King of Heavenly Nightmare? How could we be the subordinates of this straw bag? Listen, we belong to the King of Nightmare Fire Army. Lei King Army is all straw bags. It seems that you have been in contact with King Lei Army. Ah, no wonder you think we are very bullied. The blue-clothed boy sneered. The Heavenly Nightmare Thunder King, he has never dared to cause trouble, and he is gentle and decisive, and he also advocates not to take action against the natives of this place. What did this **** say before? There are people outside the world, there are heaven outside the sky, and there are strong people in the Aoshi universe. Let us not make trouble everywhere after we come to the Aoshi universe. The young man also taunted the Heavenly Nightmare Thunder King. Chen Shang also knew that within such a huge force of the Heavenly Nightmare tribe, even if they faced foreign enemies, they couldn't have the same mind. For example, the Heavenly Nightmare Fire King and the Heavenly Nightmare Thunder King should be the one that is unhappy with each other. Chen Shang can rely on influencing other people's emotions to fight, but there are too many people in front of him, and he can't influence so many people's emotions. Therefore, if he wants to defeat these powerful Heavenly Nightmare people, he still has to rely on 6 divine mirrors. I ask you, have you met someone like us before? The boy asked. Yes, Chen Shang said. They are as arrogant as you. You, where did they go? The boy said coldly. They're all dead. Chen Shang smiled. Sorry, you are a step late, they don't even have bones. I don't mean they are weak, but those guys are really like mud, so I just touch it. They are broken. These hundreds of nightmare people were suddenly shocked beyond words. Their Heavenly Nightmare is very powerful, and there is also a leader of the Heavenly Nightmare tribe, who was actually killed, and they haven't left much aura, which means that they have been killed without any fierce battle. The young man in front of him seemed so calm and calm. He killed a dozen or so Heavenly Nightmare, and still has such a mentality, which shows that he is not afraid of these hundreds of nightmare people at all. However, the creatures in Aoshi Universe Sanctuary are all very weak. How could it be possible to beat them, these creatures from the powerful universe? Are you friends with those guys? You look the same as their clothes, and have the same breath. Wouldn't you also break up at the touch of a touch? Chen Shang sighed. I really don't understand why you are so weak. Still so confident. You, what the **** did you do to them? The young man cried out in shock, he was a little scared now. It breaks with one touch. What a powerful force. Their bodies are very sturdy, and powerful weapons are difficult to destroy them. How can they be shattered at the touch of a touch? Don't you understand? They are all dead. Chen Shang was helpless, and said, it's not my fault, but they are too weak. I thought I had to be merciful, but I have already acted very lightly. They are still killed by me. I can't blame me for this. Other Tianmao people can hardly believe this is true. Because in their eyes, the creatures of Chelong Island are very weak, it is impossible to kill them so easily. Don't you believe it? Chen Shang looked at the blue-clothed boy and said, why don't you come up and try and let's go heads up? How about, do you dare? Of course I dare. You must be bragging. I can sense the strength in your body. It's so weak. The pheasants I encountered in the nightmare universe are much stronger than you. It must be killed by others strong with the more than a dozen tribesmen before, you are just bluffing. The blue-clothed boy repeatedly probed the strength of Chen Zhang's body, but in his eyes it was very weak. Okay, then come on. Although Chen Shang was helpless on the surface, he was happy to blossom in his heart, because Tianmao people are very rich in genius. This kind of tired nightmare people came to death one by one, and Chen Shang could only laugh at it. Damn fellow, I hate your face. And obviously not as good as a pheasant, and pretending to be strong, I want to smash your bragging mouth. The boy gritted his teeth and rushed towards Chen Shang. The blue-clothed boy is very fast, he is worthy of being a member of the upper clan, and he is very strong in all aspects. When he rushed past, his fist was condensed with very violent blue nightmare power, which surprised Chen Shang secretly. This young man is much stronger than the upper clan member who died last time, and he also used some incredible techniques. Like last time, Chen Shang directly released the 6 magic mirrors as a shield to block in front. The blue-clothed boy banged on the 6 sacred mirrors, and the energy was directly absorbed by the 6 sacred mirrors and bounced back. Boom! The blue energy bounced from the 6 magic mirrors hit the blue-clothed boy's chest, directly tearing his body into several pieces. It was really broken. Chen Shang said before that the previous batch of Tianma people had been broken by him. Now that group of Tianmao people believe in Chen Shang, he really didn't lie. Why? Before the young man finished speaking, he was sucked in by the suction produced by the 6 divine mirrors, and the broken body and soul were all swallowed. World Defying Dan God Chapter 4350, Energy Space. When you die, why do you still ask? It's really unnecessary. Chen Shang shook his head and sighed. You guys always like to die so much, but you don't know how to die before you die. It's so sad. The rest of the nightmare people were stunned. Go together. The blue youth was also shocked in his heart. After he calmed down, he realized that he could not stand alone with Chen Shang and must besiege. To deal with an inferior person who is proud of the universe, they actually want so many people to besiege. If this incident were to spread out, they would definitely be laughed at by other heavenly nightmare people. Even now, it is difficult for them to accept a member of the upper clan, and they were killed by a lower class in an instant. They are even more unacceptable, requiring so many people to join forces to besiege the lower creatures of the Aoshi universe. Sister Jing, how many DZI do you need to kill these guys? Chen Shang asked. About 1 trillion, Sister Xiaojing replied. Don't worry, there are enough DZI beads to kill them. It's only 1 trillion, then quickly kill them. Chen Shang doesn't feel sorry for the DZI now either. In his opinion, this trillion is even worth it. Killing nearly 100 celestial nightmare people, just gaining the primordial power and their powerful souls, you have made a lot of money. The soul of the nightmare can be used to refine the holy soul pill puppet, and the primordial power can be used to refine the pill, and then awaken the soul fu, or enhance the soul fu. And their bodies can be swallowed and absorbed by the 6 magic mirrors. Although the heavenly nightmare people are a bit arrogant, they are full of treasures, so Chen Shang also finds them very pleasing to the eye. The 6 divine mirrors spun out, and the 6 Tai Chi arrays were activated at the same time, instantly hitting a large area of the nightmare people, and then sucking the nightmare people into the 6 divine mirrors and strangling them. The previous time, killing 10 nightmare people used 200 billion DZI beads, and now killing 100 nightmare people consumes 1 trillion, so it's not a lot. The main thing is that the 6 Tai Chi arrays are strong enough to operate. A lot of G beads are needed to start operation. If it only attacked a small number of Tianmao people, it would be very uneconomical. For example, the previous 200 billion DZI beads should be able to kill at least 20 or 30 nightmare people. The most cost-effective is to face enough Tianma people. For example, attacking more than 100 nightmare people just now is the most ideal state. Turn on the 6 Taiji arrays, and at the same time keep the 6 magic mirrors in a strong state, and continue to attack for a short period of time. It's all killed. Chen Shang watched the 6 magic mirrors slowly stop, and he was very satisfied with a bright smile. This is a great wave of primordial power and a powerful soul. I just don't know what the heavenly nightmare royal family is like. Chen Shang looked at the soul in the 6 divine mirrors, and then imagined the power of the heavenly nightmare royal family. People from the upper tribe have a lot more energy than those from the lower tribe, so the royal family must have more. Patriarch, you contact the brothers who go out to dig G beads and ask them to be more careful. Chen Shang exhorted. Yes, Clan Chief Chalong is used to Chen Zhang's strength, so this time he seemed very calm, but he was still shocked. The Crimson Dragons who go out to mine G-beads can dig about 1 trillion yuan per day, and the speed is already very fast. Therefore, the DZI that Chen Shang had just consumed would soon be able to make up for it. If you want to increase the speed of digging, you need more pill of holding things, so Chen Shang now lets the puppet of the Holy Soul pill work hard to refine. It's been a long time to refining and fusion of the Aoshi Shen furnace. Chen Shang looked at the Aoshi Shen furnace. He now needs the Aoshi Shen furnace to refine alchemy. Because using the Aoshi Shen furnace to refine Fu Yuan Li can make it better, but if you use other pill furnaces, the effect will be much worse. What surprised Chen Shang was that after the Azure Dragon Slaughter Demon Blade merged with that part of the Red Dragon Soul, it gradually regained consciousness. Chen Shang immediately took out the Qinglong Tumo knife. I saw a crack in the hard black shell on the outside. Finally merged that part of the remnant soul. Chen Shang said with joy. With this knife, I don't have to consume too much DZI to kill the nightmare. The Azure Dragon Slayer Demon Sword is still very strong. The 6 God Mirrors can hold the Heavenly Nightmare with a small amount of G-beads, and Chen Shang only needs to rush to make 1 or 2 knives. After the hard black shell of the Qinglong Tumodao cracked, the blade appeared in front of Chen Shang. Not much changed from before, it was still a domineering magical sword with a green dragon carved with green light. Of course, this knife can be changed in size, and it can also become a very simple appearance. I don't feel any difference. Chen Shang held the knife and tried. The Azure Dragon Slaughter Demon knife is already very strong, and the blade is very strong, and it can increase the power of people, and when it is cut on others, it will become very heavy. Using the instantaneous heavy power, it can cause very violent people. The impact. Brother, the Azure Dragon Slayer Demon Sword can absorb the energy of the Heavenly Source Crystal, you'll know if you try it. Little Mirror said. Yes. After that part of the killing Red Dragon Soul was integrated into the Azure Dragon Slayer Demon Sword, the blade itself was allowed to absorb the energy of the Sky Source Crystal, and then it formed a black shell. Chen Shang immediately took out the Sky Source Crystal, grasped the handle of the knife, and his thoughts were able to draw out the energy inside the Sky Source Crystal. The inside of the blade has opened up a lot of strange space. Chen Shang tracked the Heavenly Source Crystal energy that entered the blade with his spiritual sense, and found that the energy flowed into the space hidden inside the blade. Really, we didn't even find out. Sister Xiaojing was also shocked. Chen Shang immediately put the Qinglong Tumo knife on the mirror surface, and asked Sister Xiaojing to check it carefully. Sure enough, that space is very special, it can only store Tianyuan crystal, and other things can't enter it. It's really amazing. After the little mirror checked, she determined that there was an energy space inside. Doesn't it mean that if enough Sky Source crystals are put in, then the Azure Dragon Slaughter Demon Blade can explode with strong power? Then there is no need to consume DZI or something. When Chen Shang thought of this, he was immediately excited. Because of his rebirth, he didn't have enough time to practice, and his strength was definitely not as good as those old guys who had practiced for many years. The Azure Dragon Slayer Demon Sword and the 6 Divine Mirrors can absorb energy and then release the energy storage in a concentrated manner. They can have a strong power and can make up for Chen Zhang's shortcomings in this respect. Yes, Sister Xiaojing said. Brother, the energy space inside the Azure Dragon Slaughter Demon Knife does not seem to be able to refine energy by itself. Does it matter? Chen Shang didn't understand. Tianyuan crystal mines are full of impurities. Even high-quality crystal mines also have a lot of impurities. Little Mirror's sister said. The energy space of the Qinglong Tumo knife is the sky drawn from the crystal mine. The source divine power is also very muddy, not pure enough. Also, if this kind of power is not pure enough, then when attacking others, it will be easily broken up, it is difficult to condense and concentrate, and the strength will be greatly reduced. Chen Shang nodded. So you need to refine the Tianyuan crystal, and then put it into the energy space of the Azure Dragon Slayer Demon Sword. The Azure Dragon Slay Demon Sword can release very pure Tianyuan divine power. Sister Xiaojing smiled. Now we have it on hand. There are not many heavenly source crystals, and if you want the heavenly source crystals to become stronger, it is best to use alchemy methods. World Defying Dan God Chapter 4351, Humanoid Soldier. Chen Shang understood that this requires Aoshi Shen furnace to refine the Tianyuan crystal mine into a pill. The heavenly origin crystal pill refined by the Ao Shi Shen furnace must have a strong internal Tian Yuan divine power. I think about it and I am looking forward to it. Now I am waiting for the Ao Shi Shen furnace. Chen Shang laughed. I have no cultivation base. Go up, but I rely on my alchemy to make me strong. Brother, in fact, you don't need to rush to practice. You can try to practice alchemy, all over your body. Sister Xiaojing smiled. Then I will use 6 magic mirrors to sacrifice you. You are a humanoid soldier. Yeah, Chen Zhang's eyes lit up and said, I can combine with my previous thoughts. For example, I can combine soul progeny, Dao Yuanjing, etc., and my body has been retrained. I became a magic soldier myself. It's not exactly a magic soldier, you're still a human. Sister Xiaojing laughed and said, if you are a magic soldier, how can you live happily with those beautiful sisters? A little girl who is a little devil. Chen Shang scolded with a smile. Sister Xiaojing looks like a little girl, this is what she looks like in disguise, but she is the soul of the 6 magic mirrors, she doesn't know how many years she has existed. Brother, if you think about it carefully, if your body is like a magic weapon, you can merge with the 4 elephants' magic weapon, that is, you can use the heavenly power with the Azure Dragon Slayer Demon Sword. Or through the Azure Dragon Slay Demon Sword, to absorb the Tianyuan Jing. Sister Xiaojing also gradually became excited, because once she really reached the form she conceived, then Chen Shang would be very powerful. Tianyuan divine power, this is the power only available in God's domain. Chen Shang touched his chin, and said, in sanctuary, the divine power within the creatures is restricted by the law and can't reach the strongest level. However, Tianyuan Jing, the internal source of heavenly power, is okay. If it is the same as we imagined, then you will be invincible in the sanctuary, brother. Little Mirror said, think about it, the 4 elephants and the 6 mirrors, plus you, the humanoid soldier, then how strong will it be? What kind of holy noble state, profound sage, heavenly sage, etc., maybe they can be torn apart by your bare hands. That's not bad. However, I still have to keep some things, such as Soul Fu, Heavenly Dao Seed, and Dao Yuan Jing. Do you have to ask for it? Chen Shang laughed. Of course you need. Dao Yuanjing will be your energy space. Soul Fu is an auxiliary ability. Heavenly Dao Seeds can enhance your understanding. Little Jing said. It's decided, this is the direction of my practice. Chen Shang patted his thigh and smiled, I will shock everyone by then. At that time, no one will see the cultivation base of my brother. Because my brother has no cultivation base, haha. Sister Xiaojing said. This also provided Chen Shang and Sister Xiaojing with ideas along with the changes in Qinglong Tumodao, so they decided to do this. Chen Shang continued to refine the holy soul pill puppets, the souls of those of the Tianmao tribe were simply the best for Chen Shang. The holy soul pill puppet needs a very powerful soul, and Chen Shang used to fuse and refine a large number of souls before he could refine a usable soul. But now it is easy to get a usable soul. Brother, if you want a strong enough holy soul pill, you'd better use a royal level soul to refine. Sister Xiaojing said. Of course, these holy soul pill puppets can be integrated with the heavenly nightmare imperial family members in the future. The soul of the soul to carry out follow-up enhancement. There are quite a few members of the Heavenly Nightmare royal family. The Heavenly Nightmare Fire King faction should be very cruel. They are my target, Chen Shang said. When Chen Shang was refining his soul, the Chelong Patriarch rushed over again, very panicked. Dragon Lord, another Heavenly Nightmare is here. Chelong Patriarch smiled bitterly. I'm really useless, a Heavenly Nightmare can scare me like this. Patriarch, I will definitely make you very strong in the future. Chen Shang smiled, and then walked out with Chief Chelong. The Heavenly Nightmare came, and Chen Shang was very happy. After all, this is all here to give away. There is only one person from Heavenly Nightmare. Chelong Patriarch said. This guy seems to be more polite. Knowing that we are here, he politely said to talk to the person in charge here. A gentle Heavenly Nightmare, there is only one. Chen Shang was a little disappointed. Soon, he saw the Heavenly Nightmare, who turned out to be Yan Qing, who had met before. Yan Qing was the first nightmare to awaken from Faisuo, and she was also pried away from Faisuo by Chen Shang. He was indeed quite good. He had given Chen Shang 2 Heavenly Nightmare Yuan Ginseng, and he was very kind to Chen Shang. Master Shen, why are you here? Yan Qing was a little surprised after seeing Chen Shang. Brother Yan, did you come by yourself, or are you with a lot of people? Chen Shang asked. I came by myself. Yan Qing looked around and sighed. There are a lot of native creatures here, right? Somehow, there are a lot of nightmare people who died here. It's a big trouble. Then what are you doing here? Chen Shang asked. I'm here to inform the creatures here and let them leave. Yan Qing said, because we don't want a large number of local creatures to be slaughtered. Which side are you from? Heavenly Nightmare Thunder King, still the Heavenly Nightmare Fire Kings? Chen Shang asked. Master Shen, how did you know the Thunder King and Fire King? I didn't seem to have told you before, right? Yan Qing said in surprise. I really didn't say it. I met other Tianma people, they said it. Chen Shang smiled. Brother Yan, it's just right for you to come, and I have something to ask you. Patriarch Chalong saw Chen Shang and Yan Qing talking and laughing, and felt relieved. Ask. Yan Qing looked at the Chalong Patriarch and said, but hurry up, because those guys will be killed soon. Brother Yan, how strong is the Heavenly Nightmare Fire King faction? Chen Shang asked, where is their main force? The main force is on this island. They are very strong, stronger than the Thunder King. I belong to the Thunder King's mansion. Yan Qing sighed, the Thunder King's army is indeed weaker than the Fire King's army. Are there any obvious characteristics of the Heavenly Nightmare in the Fire Palace? Chen Shang asked. Yes, they have the power of the Heavenly Nightmare of Fire. Yan Qing was also a little confused, and asked, Master Shen, there should have been Heavenly Nightmare people from the Fire Prince's mansion before. They are all dead, how can this be done? Yan Qing didn't think that Chen Shang and the Chalong clan could kill so many nightmare people, so while he came to remind the Chalong clan, he was also to investigate the cause, that is, he was afraid that someone would lay blame on the Thunder Palace. I don't know. Chen Shang shook his head and said, here in Chalong Island, there is a very powerful creature, invisible but very powerful. Of course Chen Shang wouldn't tell Yan Qing that he had killed it, and there were no bones left. Well, then you leave quickly. People from the Fire Palace will come soon, at least several hundred, and they are still led by the royal family. Yan Qing said. Really? Then are we dead? Chen Shang frowned, with a look of horror. In fact, his heart was broken. People of the Heavenly Nightmare royal family, in his eyes he is a big treasure. Do you like this site? Donate here. World Defying Dan God Chapter 4352, Fire King Altar. Patriarch Chalong saw Chen Zhang's face with fear, and he followed Chen Zhang's horror secretly, but he quickly caught a strange color in Chen Zhang's eyes. Chen Shang is happy. Patriarch Chalong remembered that before Chen Shang, he easily killed so many Heavenly Nightmare people, and he understood it all at once. As long as you evacuate here, nothing will happen. Yan Qing said, they are coming here, but they are not very fast. Okay, we will evacuate as soon as possible. Chen Shang nodded and said, thank you Brother Yan for telling me, thank you very much. You don't have to be polite. Yan Qing smiled and said, I'm very happy to be able to help you. After speaking, his face became serious again, and he warned, the people of the Fire King are very cruel, so you must not meet them. They will definitely find all kinds of reasons to kill you. Brother Yan, what if you face them? Chen Shang asked, what would they do to you? I don't know. Anyway, I am just a small role in their eyes. They kill me here, then I can't do anything. Yan Qing sighed. Suddenly, Yan Qing sensed a very strange soul fluctuation. Brother Shen, I found something, it may be the murderer you mentioned before. Yan Qing looked in one direction and frowned, that kind of creature is really weird. What murderer? Chen Shang asked hurriedly, then looked around in a panic. Didn't you just say that there is an invisible powerful creature on Chalong Island? Yan Qing said. I just perceived that thing, I really can't see it, the soul is really strong. Ah, where? Chen Shang asked hurriedly. Over there, I'm going to chase that thing. Maybe you can know who killed the Fire Prince's mansion. Yan Qing pointed in a direction and said, that thing is moving away. I have to catch up. You must be as fast as possible. Evacuate this place and don't meet people from the Fire Palace. After speaking, Yan Qingren had already gone far, chasing after what he said quickly. After Yan Qing left, Chen Shang showed a satisfied smile, and a trace of guilt appeared in his heart. After all, Yan Qing is a good person, but he deceived Yan Qing. Yes, what Yan Qing was chasing just now was the demon soul. Chen Shang asked the demon shadow divine soul to draw away Yan Qing, so that when the hundreds of nightmare arrived, then he could do it. He didn't want Yan Qing to know that he killed the people in the Fire Palace, as long as Yan Qing didn't know about it. Dragon Lord, How long can we survive? The first time I came 10, then 100, and now there are hundreds. Chalong Patriarch said. Next time, maybe it will be thousands. Quote. It won't be long, Chen Shang smiled. After we finish this time, we will stop and change the place. Chen Shang had already obtained 3 trillion DZI from the Chalong Patriarch, which had been dug out by the Chalong people during this period of time. So in the face of hundreds of heavenly nightmare, Chen Shang has nothing to fear. It is very profitable for Chen Shang to use a large number of DZI to obtain the soul of the nightmare and the vitality. In particular, Chen Shang is now very lacking in the power of giving birth. Collecting enough energizing power will help him awaken a more powerful soul fascination and increase his strength. Patriarch, you just need to hide. Chen Shang smiled. I'm here waiting for the prey to arrive. Patriarch Chalong hid immediately. He was already very relieved of Chen Shang now. After Chen Shang became invisible, she asked Little Mirror to count the storage rings of those heavenly nightmare people before, took out a lot of heavenly source crystals, and put them all into the energy space of the Azure Dragon Slaughter Demon Sword. The Azure Dragon Slayer Demon Sword has just evolved, and there is a space that can absorb the energy of the heavenly source crystal. How about Chen Zhang's new ability to try this sword? Brother, the energy space of the Azure Dragon Slayer Demon Sword is beginning to draw out the energy inside the Sky Source Crystal. Little Mirror said, in the energy space, there is a lot of power from the Sky Source Crystal. Okay, Chen Shang smiled. How is the power? I'll know in a minute. Boom, the earth shook suddenly. Suddenly, a huge altar with a width of hundreds of meters fell from the sky and fell on one part of this forest, crushing a large number of trees to pieces and bursting into flames. This altar was burning with flames, very hot, as if it was a huge iron building that was burned red. Those sturdy and huge trees were smashed into fire in an instant, and then bursts of fiery waves of fire were thrown around. Chen Shang was secretly shocked. This time he actually let the heavenly nightmare altar descend first. Fortunately, the Chalong Patriarch had arranged for the other Chalong people to hide, all hiding under the deep ground, so they were not affected. It's the heavenly nightmare altar. Sister Xiaojing yelled softly. She was also very excited, and said, Brother, this heavenly nightmare altar is different from the one that descended on Chalong Island before. Chen Shang had killed a nightmare altar before, and it was indeed much worse than the one in front of him. Sister Jing, is there anything great about this altar? You seem to be very happy. Chen Shang laughed. This is a giant artifact. Little Mirror said. I don't know what specific ability it has. If I can win it, it would be great. This altar, like a trapezoidal tower, looks red, braving the smell of scorching heat. Chen Shang saw a lot of people on the altar. It was the Tianma people who came, and they were different from the batch that Chen Shang met before. This time, as expected, hundreds of nightmare people came. They all seemed to be hiding in the altar, and they came down after the altar. No wonder Yanqing was so anxious to let Chen Shang and the others leave before. It turned out that these hundreds of heavenly nightmare were very powerful. Not to mention Chen Shang and the others, even if other heavenly nightmare meet this group of heavenly nightmare people, there is nothing that can be done. A royal family member, 20 upper family members, 500 lower family members. Chen Shang counted. Although he was very happy, he was also a little worried. Because the opponent's scale is not small, and they are all very powerful, very good at fighting. This group of people, they are different from the previous nightmare people, they are all wearing armor that looks very strong. For example, the lower tribe, they are gray-white armor, the upper tribe is blue armor, the royal family is golden armor, the most dazzling is the royal family. I finally met the royal family. Chen Shang was secretly excited. He had long wanted to grab one to study, and now he has sent it to the door. Brother, I have one way I can easily deal with them, that is to turn on the magic array. This can't consume the G-beads. Sister Xiaojing said. You can try this. Chen Shang said. However, after turning on the magic array, I can't use the 6 magic mirrors. Brother, the 6 magical mirrors open the phantom array, you don't need to be suspended in the air. Just look at it. Sister Xiaojing smiled. This small mirror has a powerful array now. Okay, Chen Shang immediately let Sister Xiaojing turn on. At this time, the Celestial Nightmare Royal Clan coldly shouted, the humble and inferior creatures, quickly send the young chicks of your tribe to sacrifice, and I will forgive you not to die. World Defying Dan God Chapter 4353, Phantom Hunting. This altar is really for sacrifice. Chen Shang was also very curious, what would these people get after the sacrifice? What kind of power does this altar have? He could only wait to see Yan Qing in the future and ask what was going on. The 6 divine mirrors flew into the air and suddenly became very big. The mirror faced the earth, and then suddenly flashed, as if a vast mirage appeared, covering the forest. In the blink of an eye, this forest was shrouded in a phantom array projected. The forest is no longer a forest, but a huge maze. After the 6 magic mirrors released this illusion, they immediately returned to Chen Zhang's hands. The walls of this labyrinth are all golden, but in Chen Zhang's eyes they become translucent, and he can walk through the walls of the labyrinth at will. Brother, how about this phantom array? Sister Xiaojing asked with a smile. Very good. Chen Shang was satisfied and asked, how many DZI beads did you use? About 1 trillion DZI beads. If you want to destroy them, you need a lot of DZI beads, and there is no guarantee that they can all be wiped out. Sister Xiaojing said. Brother, you have the Azure Dragon Slaughter Demon Sword, and then take them again. Trapped in the illusion, we can kill them slowly. Okay, Chen Shang also plans to try the power of the Qinglong Tumo sword. The heavenly nightmare people who gathered at that altar were also dumbfounded, because they were surrounded by golden spaces. The place where their altar was located was a large golden hall with no blue sky at the top. Some of them tried to attack, but the energy they hit penetrated the top, as if absorbed. Use the magic weapon to attack, but feel blocked by the energy wall. This is a phantom formation, let's not run around. An upper clan member shouted. As long as we stand on the altar, we are safe. However, Sister Xiaojing will not make them so easy. In the lobby where they were located, a gust of wind suddenly appeared, and then it rolled them, and quickly sent them to various places in the maze, dismantling them all. Brother, this maze won't last long, so you have to kill them quickly. Sister Xiaojing warned. Great. Chen Shang summoned the Azure Dragon Slaughter Demon Sword, and he also felt that the blade had absorbed enough heavenly source divine power. At this time, a member of the Celestial Nightmare clan, walking in the passage of the maze, holding a long sword, was very vigilant. And Chen Shang is hidden inside the wall. Sister Mirror, when did you master the ability to release the phantom array? Chen Shang never knew that the 6 magic mirrors had this ability. This is all understood by the little mirror sister, so she can use it through the 6 magic mirrors. I realized it recently. Sister Xiaojing smiled. Brother, as you become stronger in all aspects, I will gradually learn a lot of things. Chen Shang stared at the upper clansman passing in front of him, and then used 6 divine mirrors to project a giant beast. The upper clansman suddenly roared, and then frantically attacked the behemoth illusion. Chen Shang also rushed to the back of the upper clan member at this time and swung his knife vigorously. The Qinglong Tumo Dao was very quiet, and did not erupt too much, but the internal energy was very terrifying. Chen Shang grasped the handle of the sword tightly, and could feel how shocking the heavenly origin divine power was, especially after passing through the blade of the Azure Dragon Slayer Demon Sword, it could actually be strengthened. The most frightening thing is that the heavenly origin divine power after being enhanced and transformed has become explosive and fierce, but the blade is still very calm and can completely converge that terrible aura. The upper tribe was wearing a blue armor, and when the Azure Dragon Slaughter Demon Sword smashed past, the armor also defended itself, and a blue heavenly source divine power shield appeared. However, Chen Shang was still slashed and his head was cut off. So strong. Chen Shang was ecstatic and excited. I'm invincible. Brother, this consumes Tianyuan's divine power. Little Mirror said, hurry up and take out that guy's Dao Yuanjing, and try to see if it can fit into the energy space of the Azure Dragon Slayer Demon Sword. Great. Chen Shang pressed the head of the upper tribe with the 6 divine mirrors, and after collecting the soul, he immediately dug out the Dao Yuanjing and smoothly put it into the energy space of the Azure Dragon Slaughter Demon Sword. Great. This guy's Dao Yuanjing contains a lot of heavenly origin divine power. The heavenly nightmare people need Tian Yuanjing to cultivate. Chen Shang looked at the energy space, and the heavenly source divine power inside that Dao Yuanjing was being drawn out by the Azure Dragon Slaughter Demon Sword. Next, kill all the upper clans first. Chen Shang said. Brother, I will control the walls of the maze, and try to get the lower people into groups, so that when you meet them, you can kill a few at once. Sister Xiaojing said. As for the upper people, I don't let them meet. Sister Xiaojing can control the passage of the entire maze. Chen Shang felt the 6 gods' mirrors against the sky more and more. This was just the phantom array projected through the 6 gods' mirrors. It was so powerful that it could block the attacks of these powerful nightmare people. Of course, the main power of the labyrinth is that it can absorb all kinds of violent energy, which is the powerful ability that the 6 magic mirrors themselves possess. Under the guidance of Sister Xiaojing, Chen Shang could know where the upper clan people were, and could pass quickly and hide. Before each attack, he projected an illusion through the 6 divine mirrors, distracting the attention of the upper people, and then carried out a sneak attack, which can be said to be very sinister. It didn't take long for Chen Shang to kill all the 20 upper clansmen. There are only 20 people from the upper clan, and the harvest is so huge. Chen Shang looked at the mirror surface of the 6 divine mirrors, projecting the spoils. Sister Xiaojing took apart all the treasures of the upper clansmen, and then piled up the spoils for Chen Shang to see. There are a lot of heavenly source crystals and heavenly nightmare pills, and then some equipment, and things like spells. The people of the lower tribe are now gathered into groups of several people, but it didn't take long before they were all beheaded and killed by Chen Shang. In the end, only the royal family was left. A member of the heavenly nightmare royal family, now panicked to death, because he realized that he had provoked a terrible person. But he couldn't believe that there was such a powerful person in the sacred world of Aoshi Universe Sanctuary. At first he suspected that it was the heavenly nightmare or the heavenly nightmare orc, but he did not perceive any heavenly nightmare power. You group of dog thieves, come out to fight dignifiedly if you have a species, we are not afraid of you. The heavenly nightmare royal sneered, you dare not fight with us head on. This phantom formation will definitely not last long. Sooner or later, it will be us. Broken. Idiot, you are the only one left in the fantasy array. Chen Zhang's voice appeared, full of jokes, mocking, I will send you to see them. What? Impossible. The royal family screamed, are other heavenly nightmare kings secretly helping you? You lowly creatures. Chen Shang appeared behind him before letting him finish. I have to say that this royal family is indeed very strong, so Chen Shang attacked this time with the 6 magic mirrors. It took 3 swords to get rid of this heavenly nightmare royal family. Shen young master, that Yan Qing gave up chasing me, he is probably on his way back. Demon Shadow Soul returned faster than Yan Qing and told Chen Shang. World Defying Dan God Chapter 4354, Heavenly Nightmare God Realm. After the royal family was killed, he was swallowed by the 6 magic mirrors, and the little mirror sister was cracking the storage ring. The soul has long been sealed by Sister Xiaojing, waiting for Chen Shang to check how much Fu Yuanli is. The 6 gods' mirror flew out, suspended above the huge flame altar, and then swallowed this altar into the 6 gods' mirror. Although the altar is huge, it is still too small compared to the giant egg that was swallowed before, so the 6 magic mirrors can easily swallow this altar. After taking away the altar, the magic array was also withdrawn. It also consumes 1 trillion yuan, but the harvest is so big, which is very good. Chen Shang was full of joy in his heart, and then contacted the Chelong Patriarch and asked him to prepare for the evacuation. This time, 500 people from the Heavenly Nightmare tribe, 20 upper tribes, and 1 royal tribe were killed. It can be said that the loss is huge, and the Fire King's mansion will definitely send a stronger one next. Chen Shang also accepts as soon as he sees it. If he continues to wait, he can indeed wait for more Heavenly Nightmare, but the opponent's number and strength must be very strong. He didn't want to take such a risk. After all, there were other Chelong people here, most of them were teenagers and young children. The Chelong Patriarch has been preparing to evacuate, and their Chelong clan has long been accustomed to frequent evacuation during this period of time. Yan Qing is back, and he was in a hurry, because he realized that there was going to be a big battle here. And when he returned here, he immediately noticed something was wrong. Patriarch Chelong came out to greet him again. Where is Master Shen? Have you not left this place yet? What happened here just now? Yan Qing could see the traces of many giant trees being burned to ashes, as well as the traces of the altar. Brother Yan, we are about to evacuate. Chen Shang also suddenly jumped out, with a look of horror. You don't know how terrifying it was just now. A huge altar suddenly fell down, and flames were still burning. Quote, it belongs to the Fire Palace, that is the Heavenly Nightmare Fire Altar, we also call it the Fire King Altar. Yan Qing frowned, the royal family members who can use the altar have very high status. Within the royal family, there are 3 or 6 or 9 grades. Chen Shang asked, he thought that every royal family had an altar. Of course, The royal family members who can use the altar have a good relationship with the king. In short, in the many palaces of the Tianmao tribe, they are all very important people. Yan Qing surveyed the surroundings and said, "What happened just now? Why did these people from the fire palace evacuate so quickly?" Of course Chen Shang would not tell him that all those hundreds of people had been killed. "Is there any use for that altar?" Chen Shang pretended to be curious and asked. "Very useful. The altar looks like a huge building, which can accommodate a large number of people. Moreover, the altar can connect to the heavenly nightmare god realm, and can obtain very powerful power from that heavenly nightmare god realm." Yan Qing said. What is the connection to the heavenly nightmare god realm? Chen Shang thought of something. After the altar sacrificed, he could actually gain benefits. We don't know where the heavenly nightmare god realm is. In short, there is a special magic circle in the altar. After the sacrifice is made, after the magic circle absorbs the sacrifice, a lot of energy will appear in the energy space inside the altar. Yan Qing said, "The energy space in the altar can store a lot of energy for combat use." What kind of sacrifices are generally needed? Chen Shang remembered that the royal family had yelled before, saying that some infants would be sacrificed. "Need some living creatures," Yan Qing said. "It's the magic circle where the living creatures are placed inside the altar." Living creatures. Chen Shang frowned. "So, you can also use people to make sacrifices. That's not bad, and if you use human life, you can get more energy in exchange." Yan Qing looked at a big shattered tree, and made sure that the Fire King's altar had descended. He had no doubt that Chen Shang and the others did it, because in his eyes, Chen Shang and the others couldn't kill the heavenly nightmare people who use the altar. If sacrifices are made with human lives, the younger the better. Yan Qing said, "Our clan will let a group of young children conduct assessments every once in a while, and those who fail the assessment will be taken to sacrifice." Quote. "What? It's cruel." Chelong Patriarch was shocked, but also a little angry, and said, "What did the young boy do wrong?" Chen Shang was also surprised. The Tianmao people often use their own people to sacrifice, but there are still so many of them. What puzzled him most was that the people who were dragged to sacrifice were not killed, but where they were transferred. It's not like that for young children. We adults also need to be assessed. If they fail the assessment, they have to be taken to sacrifice. Yan Qing said, "I almost failed twice before. Is it so cruel? How many people don't pass the test every time?" Chen Shang asked. "Of the 10 people, probably 1 or 2 can't pass." Yan Qing said. "During the assessment, those who fail will be caught directly and put into the altar as a sacrifice. Can you resist? For example, if you don't pass the test, you will run away." Chen Shang smiled and said, "It shouldn't be difficult to escape, right? If it is me, I won't be tested for the test, just find a place to hide." "No way. People of the Tianmao clan have lifespan restrictions. If we want to extend our lifespan, we have to earn life through the altar." Yan Qing shook his head. "Moreover, we must use the altar to break through the cultivation base. As well as pregnancy and childbirth, you have to pass the altar too." "Pregnant and give birth through the altar?" Chen Shang said in astonishment. "How do you do this?" "You don't need to do much, just stand up." Yan Qing said, "The process is very easy. I have given birth to dozens of children." Chen Shang and Chelong Patriarch were shocked and stared at each other. Don't be surprised, in the Chelong clan, this is nothing strange. Both males and females can be born, and I have 3 births. I am strong enough to have 10 births. Yan Qing finished, sighed, "Unfortunately, more than a dozen of my children have been sacrificed." "So, other children, are you still in contact with you now?" Chen Shang asked. "No, I will raise them up, and then they will join other altar masters by themselves." Altar master is the royal family who controls the altar. Yan Qing was also a little sad, seeing that he missed his child very much. Chen Shang thought to himself, he now has an altar, wouldn't he also become an altar master? The heavenly nightmare altar is magical, it can also allow men to have children, and it can also prolong their life. There must be some secret hidden in this. Yan Qing, can you tell from the traces here which altar master is here? Chen Shang asked. "I can't see, the aura of the altar of the Fire King's mansion is almost the same. However, this may be a small altar master. Because the altar is not particularly big." Yan Qing thought. If there is really a small altar master killed, this will definitely cause a big disturbance. World Defying Dan God Chapter 4355, 3 Emperors and 10 Kings. In Chen Zhang's view, that little altar master is already cold, what else can it cause? Master Shen, what happened here before? Did that little altar master take their people to evacuate? Yan Qing said. I am responsible for investigating and spying on the intelligence here. I hope Master Shen can help me. I'm not grateful, exhausted. Well, a phantom array appeared before. Chen Shang said, then we were trapped in the phantom array. After the phantom array disappeared, it became very quiet here. Sure enough, it's no wonder I feel the power of a formation. Yan Qing frowned, and said solemnly, what kind of power is this? It can actually entangle a team of small altar masters. Is it the nightmare orcs? Coming up, there is no such thing as a nightmare orc here. Brother Yan, we are going to evacuate. It's too dangerous here, Chen Shang said with a fist to Yan Qing. Thank you very much, Brother Yan, for providing us with information. You are welcome. You will be more careful in the future. At present, the Fire King Mansion occupies most of the island. Yan Qing said. This island is divided into two parts, and most of the eastern part is occupied by the Fire King Mansion. There are only a few sites in the south that belong to King Thunder Palace. Could it be that the only members of the Heavenly Nightmare clan coming from the Heavenly Nightmare universe are the Fire Palace and the Thunder Palace? Chen Shang was surprised and stopped quickly and asked. That space door had been opened for many days, and a large number of flying shuttles flew out, which were actually just 2 kings. Our Heavenly Nightmare clan has 3 emperors and 10 kings. Both the Thunder King and the Fire King are in charge of fighting, so we came here first, and there are a lot of them. Yan Qing nodded. 3 emperors and 10 kings. Are these 3 emperors equally powerful? Chen Shang asked, thinking of the Heavenly Nightmare sword King Zuying had encountered before. 2 of the emperors have 5 kings each. There are different emperors behind the Thunder King and the Fire King, so we are in 2 camps. But because we want to fight against the Nightmare Orcs, we also unite. Yan Qing said. Then there is another great emperor, is he alone? Chen Shang was quite curious about this thought. Yes, and his whereabouts are erratic. It is said that this great emperor has come to Aoshi universe long ago. Yan Qing shook his head and said, I don't know about these things, people like me can get in touch with powerful people. The one is the Lord of the Small Altar. I have not seen our Thunder King yet. Huh, you haven't seen the Thunder King of Heavenly Nightmare. Chen Shang felt a bit funny, because he had only seen the Thunder King of Heavenly Nightmare not long ago. It's nothing strange, Yan Qing said. The Thunder Palace has 1 billion troops. It is impossible for everyone to have seen the Thunder King. Both Chen Shang and Chelong Patriarch were stunned, and the Thunder King actually had 1 billion army. It was shocking to think about it. Of course, 1 billion army, in a universe, is terribly small. Not to mention a universe, on this huge Saint Profound star, 1 billion army is similar to an ant in comparison with a huge planet. The members of the Chelong clan all got out of the ground one after another, preparing to move. Brother Yan, we are going to the south of Chelong Island, you guys from the Thunder Palace will not expel us? Chen Shang asked. In fact, Chelong Island is very large, and it is not a big problem to accommodate 2 billion people. I won't expel you, Yan Qing said. The formation of the character of the nightmare will be affected by the King Altar. For example, under the influence of the Thunder King Altar, our personality will be the same as the Thunder King. Then I understand. Let's go to the south. Chen Shang was also surprised by the system of the Heavenly Nightmare Altar, and he planned to go back and study the Fire King's altar. You have a lot of people, you must be careful on the road. Yan Qing exhorted. I will continue to investigate things here, and I hope to see you again in the future. Brother Yan, this is for you, you can contact from a distance. Chen Shang handed Yan Qing a talisman. Thank you, Yan Qing nodded. Chen Shang and Chelong Patriarch hurried on their way, while Yan Qing followed the route of the previous group of Tianmao people. The Chelong Patriarch contacted the Chelong people who went out to mine, and asked them to quickly return to the team. Chen Shang released the 6 sacred mirrors and quietly included the Crimson Dragon tribe in the 6 sacred mirrors. Sister Little Mirror delineated a space inside to temporarily accommodate the Crimson Clan people, and isolate them without touching the other spaces inside the 6 gods mirror. The Ape Demon Dragon also stayed in the space divided by the 6 divine mirrors, so they would not touch it. So when on the way, only Chen Shang and Chelong Patriarch. Going to the southern part of Chelong Island, they can dig in peace of mind, save enough DZI beads, and open the 6 gods mirror image of the Proud World mountains and rivers to seal the space door. At that time, Chen Shang will be able to negotiate terms with the Nightmare people and let them all leave Chelong Island. Dragon Lord, there are more Heavenly Nightmare orcs than Heavenly Nightmare. It is estimated that their army started at 2 or 3 billion. Chelong Patriarch said, "These guys are terrible, how can we beat them? And they both men and women can give birth, and they are all born in small numbers. What a hell. The number is not only a lot, but also grows fast, and the strength is still very strong. This is simply outrageous. No wonder the Nightmare orcs can conquer so many universes." Chen Shang believes that many universes have been destroyed, and it shouldn't all be caused by the Nightmare orcs, but also the participation of the Nightmare people. These two forces go to war, wherever they go, there will be ghosts if they are not destroyed. As long as they don't fight, it's okay. Chen Shang said, "If you want to fight, you should also go to the 6th Soul Clan." Dragon Lord, how many do you say about the 6 fate of souls? Is it calculated on the basis of tens of billions? One family is 10 billion, and they are all in the realm of God. How strong is the total of the 6 fate of souls? Kai Patriarch long said, "Our creatures in the world-proud universe can't beat them. Don't worry, we can grow up by giving us time in the world." Chen Shang laughed. He found that there were relatively few races in the Heavenly Nightmare universe, only the Heavenly Nightmare orcs and the Nightmare people were stronger, and the other ethnic groups were all blank. However, there are many populations in Aoshi universe, and there are many branches of beasts, monsters, and humans. Brother, I finally opened that guy's storage ring. The royal family is different, there are many good things. Sister Xiao Jing suddenly happily transmitted to Chen Shang. What good things do you have? Chen Shang smiled. It seems that this trillion DZI beads are very worthwhile. That guy has a lot of refined heavenly source crystals, a lot of heavenly nightmare element pills and the other 2 types of pill. Little Jing said, needless to say, the equipment is very good. Are there any other good things? Chen Shang asked. There are still some exercises. They are stored in special crystals. I didn't see what they are. Sister Xiao Jing smiled. Brother, come and see. Because after that kind of crystal is read, it will be straightforward. Turn into memory and enter your soul. World Defying Dan God Chapter 4356, Royal Fu Yuan. What will the Heavenly Nightmare Clan's exercises look like? It doesn't seem to be of much use to me, but I can study them, which is not bad. Although he was on the road at this time, Chen Shang couldn't help but took out several crystals from the 6 divine mirrors, which had very pure astral power. This is similar to passing on memory. Chen Shang pinched the crystal, then approached his forehead to draw out the memory stored in the crystal. Soon, his soul absorbed the technique inside this crystal. That's it, that's it. Chen Shang seemed to have gained a lot, sinking into sentiment. Then he read another crystal. He read 5 crystals in a row. Sister Jing, there are not only exercises, but also a lot of methods about altars. This is great. Chen Shang laughed and said, that altar is a good thing. Wait to a safe place to get it. Little Mirror smiled. The altar is really amazing. I want to transform the altar into ours. From the memories of those crystals, Chen Shang read the techniques of the Heavenly Nightmare Clan and the knowledge of the altar. There are many contents, and he needs a little time to digest it. On the way, many people from the Chelong clan were received one after another. If they were far away, Chen Shang would fly over directly. After receiving all the Chelong people, Chen Shang speeded up and flew to the south of Chelong Island. Only when he got there, he would not be harassed by the Heavenly Nightmare. The eastern part was occupied by the Heavenly Nightmare Fire King camp. They were very domineering and arrogant. If there were too many of them, Chen Shang couldn't help them. Now there are 4 trillion DZI beads, and soon enough DZI beads will be able to block the space gate. Chen Shang now also knows how many people from the Tianmao clan have not come over. On the side of the Tianmao tribe, 2 great emperors and 10 kings all have their own men and horses. Now only the people of the Heavenly Nightmare Fire King and the Heavenly Nightmare Thunder King came over, and this is not over yet. In other words, there are still a large army of 2 emperors and 8 kings in the Nightmare universe. 3 emperors and 10 kings, a great emperor may have come to the sanctuary long ago. I wonder if this guy is an evil. Chen Shang recalled that Yan Qing had said that this erratic emperor was very powerful, and he was alone, which was more dangerous. He is alone, so he has no worries, he can do all kinds of sabotage, and it is difficult to threaten him. Chen Shang was afraid that this great emperor would suddenly appear, and then destroy his plan to block the space gate. Not only the mysterious emperor, but also the heavenly nightmare sword king, who once helped Zuying, seems to have come here very early, and it was he who guided Zuying to blow up those Tianyuan crystal mines. Don't think too much, I have to believe in Sister Xiaojing's strength. Chen Shang knew that Sister Xiaojing was very powerful, and his previous magical array opened his eyes. If Sister Xiaojing successfully used the Aoshi Shan-Tu to block the door of that space, it would be difficult for others to stop it. Chen Shang now went to check the soul of the former royal little altar master, and found that this altar master had a lot of energy, far surpassing the upper families. At least 10 times that of the upper clan. The gap between the lower clan and the imperial clan is even greater, hundreds of times. Chen Shang was deeply shocked, as the imperial clan being born with so much vitality. People of the lower tribe have more energy than those of the 6 sacred gates. And the powerhouses of the 6 sacred gates are among the top group of people in the sanctuary. The royal family of the Nightmare clan on this day may have 1,000 times more power than the group of 6 sacred gates. How to fight this? What about the 6 fate soul races? Chen Shang thought of Guan Ying, he hadn't checked Guan Ying's primordial power. He also plans to wait to see this beautiful Yin-Yang sister next time, to see how much her gift of energy is. Hundreds of heavenly nightmare tribes should have enough power to endow them, right? Chen Shang originally thought it was enough, but when he thought that there were so many members of the Tianmao clan, he could gather more vitality to make alchemy. At that time, to what extent could he rush the unawakened soul fortune? He intends to use a lot of energy to break away the unawakened soul. Maybe it will be a terrible soul gift. Actually, I am not in a hurry to awaken soul Fu. I can continue to collect Fu Yuanli. Chen Shang decided to take a path that no one has ever walked. For the research on soul pros, the 6 sacred gates and the 6 life soul races seem to be in progress. For them, soul Fu should also be a new field. And if Chen Shang can really collect the vitality, and refine the vitality into a pill, maybe he will be at the forefront of this field. I don't know if the Fate Soul 6 races have tried it. They should also know that Fu Yuanli exists. And they can get in touch with so many heavenly nightmare people, maybe it's already started. Chen Shang suddenly felt that Guan Ying was not the core disciple of the 6th clan of life and soul, because she didn't understand such things as soul Fu at all. If the Minghan 6 races can also refine the pill of Fu Yuanli, and then use a lot of Fu Yuanli to awaken the soul Fu, doesn't it mean that their soul Fu will be stronger? Chen Shang felt that he could think of this, and the 6 life soul clan should also be able to think of it, and they could do it easily. But the problem now is that he can't collect the intelligence of the 6 life souls. The 6 magic mirrors began to fly quickly, heading to the south. Not long after flying, Chen Shang received Yan Qing's message. Master Shen, I'm going to die soon. Before I die, can you do me a favor? Tell Lei Yingtan that I was killed by the people of the Fire King's mansion. When Chen Shang received this message, he knew that Yan Qing and the people from the Fire Palace had met. The secret agent of King Thunder Mansion, after investigating the site of King Fire Mansion, was caught. The fate can be imagined. Brother Yan, hold on, I will save you. Chen Shang put the talisman on the 6 magic mirrors, and then used the 6 magic mirrors to increase the range of perception, so that he could locate the location of the Yanqing talisman. Dragon Lord, what's the matter? Seeing Chen Zhang's serious expression and the 6 divine mirrors suddenly changing direction, the Chelong Patriarch asked hurriedly. Brother Yan is in danger, I will try to see if I can save his life. Chen Shang said, this man is good and worth saving. Not bad. Chelong Patriarch nodded. I hope I can save him. Patriarch, you go in first. Chen Shang sent the Chelong Patriarch into the space of the 6 sacred mirrors and let him be with the other Chelong clan members. The 6 magic mirrors have accelerated the speed to the extreme. Master Shen, you don't have to come here. Yan Qing said in a painful voice, you just have to tell the news of my death. As long as you can hold on, I can save you. Don't give up, Chen Shang responded. Are they torturing you? Do you want to commit suicide? Hold on. Chen Shang could guess something from Yan Qing's painful cry. You can't save me. Yan Qing cried out. This is a big altar, you will definitely die if you come. World Defying Dan God Chapter 4357, Big Altar. Speaking of a big altar, Chen Shang was still a little excited in his heart, but he thought about it. This time it was mainly to save people, not to put the big altar in one pot. Brother, ask about the scale of the big altar. Sister Xiaojing is also excited, because she has now got a small altar and knows how good these altars are. If you get another big altar, will you still have it? Brother Yan, what's the situation in Datan? How many people are there? Chen Shang asked. The big altar originally had 5,000 people garrisoned. In other words, there are 10 small altars around the big altar. This is the garrison power. And there are equal people inside the big altar. Yan Qing said, not to mention being there. The other little altar masters outside. Ah, is the scale of Datan such a big one? Chen Shang asked in surprise. Some big altars, even hundreds of small altar masters. Yan Qing sighed, so don't come here, you can't save me. Chen Shang originally had thoughts about the big altar, but now it's better to think about it. It is too difficult to have the big altar in one pot, unless he has enough DZI beads. Moreover, Yan Qing didn't seem to understand the circumstances of his detention at the high altar. He just said the least garrison force. Brother Yan, I don't have any other skills, but I'm good at sneaking and fishing. Chen Shang smiled. You just don't die and let me try. If it doesn't work, I won't take any risks. Leave directly. Okay, but you must promise me, run right away if the situation is wrong, don't worry about me. Just let Lei Yingtan know the situation. Yan Qing also knows that Chen Shang is not easy, but I don't know how powerful Chen Shang is. Good, Chen Shang answered. The 6 magic mirrors flew at full speed, and the speed was still very fast, but it didn't take long for Chen Shang to see a huge mountain-like altar from a high altitude. This altar is thousands of meters high, and it is black all over, like a black stone mountain, without any other shapes. Near this large altar, there are 10 other small altars. Although they are all huge, they are very small compared to the large altar. Is this the power of a big altar? Chen Shang was secretly frightened. He hadn't seen these things before on the way to the south. Logically speaking, there were so many Tianmao people, so he should be able to easily see these huge altars. Brother Yan, are there many such altars? Chen Shang contacted Yan Qing through the talisman. Because they are usually hidden. They are now releasing the altar to occupy the territory. Yan Qing responded. Really, I have never seen this kind of altar on the way to the south. Chen Shang also wanted to swallow these altars, but his strength does not allow it now. You will see it often in the future. Yan Qing sighed. They released the altar, which shows that they recognize this land and want to live here. Chen Shang didn't say anything. Anyway, his next step was to drive away these nightmare people. After talking with Yan Qing, Chen Shang learned that he was detained in the altar, and where exactly he was, Yan Qing himself did not know. Yan Qing had just been severely tortured and was now detained in a black hut. The summons talisman could be stored in his astral space, so it was confiscated. Chen Shang was also surprised to learn that Yan Qing could cultivate the soul space, because this was what he was going to cultivate next. But Yan Qing also said that his soul space is very small, he can only put small things, and he can't store space to store magic weapons. Although Yan Qing didn't know where he was, Chen Shang could locate it through his messenger talisman. The guards of the high altar are not very strict, because they think that in this place, there is nothing to make them vigilant, unless the nightmare orcs come over. Therefore, Chen Shang easily sneaked into the interior of the altar. After being invisible, they walked freely in it, and no one found him at all. Although the altar is very large, there are not many people inside. As long as they can enter, there will be no other vigilance inside. This also meant that Chen Shang could sneak in. If other people were also invisible, they would definitely be sensed by various formation enchantments. Chen Shang can avoid perception because there are 6 magic mirrors to help him block it. It didn't take long for Chen Shang to find the little black house where Yan Qing was located. When he saw Yan Qing, Chen Shang almost couldn't recognize him. He was already out of shape, like a pool of rotten meat shrunk in a corner. Chen Shang carefully put him into the 6 divine mirrors and handed them to the Chelong chieftain to help him heal his injuries. Chen Shang didn't leave immediately, because Sister Xiao Jing sensed that there was a powerful energy in this great altar. Brother, there must be an energy core in the big altar. If you can get it, maybe you don't need to dig DZI beads. Little Mirror Sister excitedly said, I didn't find any energy in that small altar before. The core, I thought there was no such thing in the heavenly nightmare altar, but I didn't expect that only the great altar would have it. That energy core is the energy released from the heavenly origin divine power. It seems that the 6 sacred mirrors cannot absorb the heavenly origin divine power. Chen Shang said. Of course it's not heavenly origin divine power. I don't know what power it is. In short, it is not the energy of G beads, nor is it heavenly origin divine power. The 6 divine mirrors should be able to absorb. I suspect it may be the energy crystallization formed by the soul of life. Sister Xiaojing said excitedly. This is of great help to us, it will be fine if we can get rid of it. Chen Shang didn't ask Yanqing either, because after Yanqing was saved, he fell into a deep sleep. His previous soul was also devastated, and now he needs to rest. Brother, you still have to pay attention. After all, that is where the energy crystallization is located, and it must be heavily guarded. Sister Xiaojing warned. However, when Chen Shang went to the stone room, he and Sister Xiaojing were shocked. There were no guards here. Even that huge stone room has no enchantment at the gate, so you can penetrate into it at will. I see, Sister Xiaojing said excitedly. This energy crystallization can cause a strong mental disorder, so there is no need to defend, and no one dares to approach. No wonder there is no one around. Is this energy crystal really so powerful? Why can't I feel it? Chen Shang was very puzzled. Brother, bring some living creatures out. Little Mirror said, Ape Demon Dragon and they raised a group of monkeys for testing poison, please let them out and have a try. Chen Shang immediately released a monkey. What shocked him was that after the monkey was irradiated by the energy crystals, it swelled up in an instant. There were many disgusting tumors on the body, and several heads were quickly born, and it became a very terrifying and hideous monster in the blink of an eye. The most frightening thing is that this monkey is still very strong. Just as Shen Shang watched in shock, the monkey suddenly burst into dust. The monkey's body is too weak. Although it is growing rapidly, it still can't bear it, so it exploded. Sister Xiaojing exclaimed, Brother, this energy crystal is so terrible, I don't know what it is. Why am I okay? Chen Shang was very puzzled, and then took out some medicinal materials. I don't know. Sister Xiaojing was also very puzzled. Is it because my brother's body is not afraid of this kind of energy? After being irradiated, the medicinal materials also grew and mutated rapidly, becoming very terrible, but in the end they also exploded and turned into dust. It is indeed a good thing, it must be taken away. Chen Shang laughed. World Defying Dan God Chapter 4358, Life and Soul Crystal. Chen Shang is now worried that the 6 magic mirrors can't swallow this energy crystal. After all, that kind of energy is too weird, I'm afraid it will destroy the 6 magic mirrors. It's really good, but I don't know if the 6 magic mirrors can be taken away smoothly. Little Mirror's sister sighed. If not, then it would be really a pity. If you can't take it away, you can only destroy it. Chen Shang looked at the energy crystal. The energy crystal is not very big, only the size of a water tank, it is not round, a little elliptical, with pits on the surface, emitting a white light. The surface of the crystal seems to be red, but it emits a white glow. This kind of glow is very deadly. The monkey before it mutated quickly after being irradiated. What if the crystal is crushed into powder and eaten directly? Just being irradiated by the light, it will explode directly, if you eat it, you can still have it. Chen Shang is thinking about this question, is it because the body is not strong enough? So can't bear the mutation? If it can control the power of mutation and guide it well, wouldn't it be able to become stronger quickly? Could it be that this is the secret to creating the heavenly nightmare or the heavenly nightmare orc? Chen Shang felt that this energy crystallization must have a great background. Chen Shang zoomed in on the 6 magic mirrors, and then used the method of devouring dragon eggs to devour this energy crystal. However, the 6 magic mirrors were unable to collect this energy crystal. Sure enough, Chen Shang frowned, if you really can't take it away, it would be a pity. This is a big altar. It seems that only the big altar has this kind of thing. Chen Shang now has a golden opportunity. If you miss it, I don't know when you will have this opportunity next time. There must be a way. Chen Shang circled this energy crystal and said, Sister Jing, I will touch it and see, if anything happens, you have to save me. Okay, be careful, Sister Xiaojing warned. Chen Shang immediately stretched out his hand and touched it, but just as soon as he touched it, he felt a sharp pain in his arm. A strange energy poured into his arm, and then his arm raged. He immediately felt that his body was repelling that energy and antagonizing that energy, which made his arm hurt. After a brief period of severe pain, the energy that entered his arm was also rejected. Chen Shang also saw that there was a red electric glow returning from his arm to the energy crystal. This energy will not disappear, but will go back. Brother, what was the situation just now? Sister Xiaojing asked. You seem to be in pain. Chen Shang talked about his situation. After listening to that, Little Mirror's sister said, so, this energy crystallization is resisting the 6 magic mirrors. Why do you say that? Chen Shang said, the energy crystal is very strong, and we are too weak, so it can resist us. Sister Xiaojing said, it's just that this energy crystal can't control you with its own energy, so it can't help you. In other words, I only need to let this energy crystal yield. Chen Shang pondered, muttering to himself, how can I make the energy crystal yield? Strong means will definitely not work. Little Mirror said, this guy must have his own consciousness and should resist. Intimidation is not enough, then it can only be lured. Chen Shang laughed. The energy crystals should have been sealed a lot, or else they won't shine here honestly. Little Mirror said, but, I didn't see any seals. Chen Shang raised his head and looked at the top of the energy crystal in the underground. There really is no seal. Is it inside? Chen Shang was surprised. What kind of seal is it that can enter the inside of this energy crystal? This method of sealing is too powerful. Quickly check, Little Mirror said. I can't go in, it should be okay to have a clear eye. Chen Shang immediately opened his mind and eyes, and he could see a very complicated seal inside the energy crystal. Good fellow, this energy crystal also has energy space inside. Chen Shang said, there is a big barrier inside the energy space. Can you open it? Little Mirror said. However, if it is unblocked, this energy crystal may not be safe. I'll give it a try. Chen Shang said, the main reason is that there is a barrier outside its energy space. I have to say that the 6th clan of Life and Soul really have methods. Maybe it wasn't the 6th clan of Life and Soul. Sister Xiaojing said, brother, when you try to make the energy crystal aware that you are helping it. Great. Chen Shang immediately began to proceed, and at the same time injected his strong spiritual consciousness into the energy crystal, so as not to let the energy crystal contradict him. Otherwise, it would be difficult for his powerful spiritual consciousness to reach the barrier outside the energy space. No matter what, these heavenly nightmare people are very powerful. This kind of energy crystallization has given them a lot of help, and it is the reason why they have become stronger. Chen Shang said. I suspect that this may be the crystallization of Fate Soul. Little Mirror said. The small Fate Soul of the universe can be condensed into shape, and it is normal for the Fate Soul to have this kind of crystal. It may also be broken. Chen Shang smiled. Anyway, I must get it. After Chen Zhang's divine consciousness was poured in, the energy crystals first resisted him, but gradually disappeared. His divine consciousness easily entered the energy crystal and touched that layer of enchantment. It should be possible to break through this barrier, but it takes time, which is a great test for me. Chen Zhang's expression suddenly became serious. After he went on for more than an hour, the energy crystal suddenly emitted red light. Chen Zhang's face changed drastically, and he suddenly panicked, because he felt that the energy was close to releasing a strong suction. Not good. Chen Shang had just finished speaking. Before he had time to struggle, the whole person was sucked in by the crystal of energy. Chen Shang entered the energy crystal and only felt that it was big and spacious. From the outside, this energy crystal is only the size of a water tank. After entering, the internal space is as big as a courtyard. He can see the outside inside. Just after he was sucked in by the energy crystal, the door of the stone room outside was opened, and someone walked in wearing thick gray armor. That armor is very thick and huge, it looks like a giant, and it is specially refined at first glance, and it is specially used to resist the energy of energy crystals. It turns out that this guy is protecting me. That's why he sucked me in, and he really has his own consciousness. Chen Shang secretly rejoiced, allowing the energy crystals to perceive his kindness before. The person who came in opened a large box with a gray viscous liquid inside. After the liquid was irradiated by the light of energy crystals, it suddenly turned into silver sparkle, and then the man closed the box and quickly left the stone chamber. What is that? Chen Shang was curious. Do you like this site? Donate here. World Defying Dan God Chapter 4359, Crystalline Memory. Just when Chen Shang was curious about the contents of the box, he suddenly saw the surface of the energy crystals, and an image appeared. After the video was presented, someone took the box and entered a secret room. When the man entered the secret room, he opened the box, soaked a pellet of pill in the gleaming silver mucus, and finally took the pill out and gave it to ordinary beasts. A horse ate the pill, the body swelled and became more than doubled, and then stopped, and the horse was originally white, but it gradually turned black. It turns out that it can make beasts become stronger quickly. Just after Shen Shang concluded his conclusion, the content of the video left him stunned. The horse's belly was cut open suddenly, and a pony fell out of the belly. But a closer look reveals that this is not a real horse, but a man and horse. Originally the position of the horse's head and horse's neck, it is now a human body with arms and a human upper body. Chen Shang immediately thought of something, the heavenly nightmare orc. Could it be that the heavenly nightmare orcs were created like this? Could it be that these heavenly nightmare orcs are also creating the heavenly nightmare orcs? Chen Shang was very surprised. Aren't the heavenly nightmare orcs all created by the Fate Soul 6 races? Chen Shang didn't get the answer, this energy crystal did not answer him. However, he showed him another image. From the image, Chen Shang could see a huge elliptical object, black, with a large number of light spots and lights inside, and a large number of light spots connected into a luminous thread. After this elliptical object was gradually enlarged, Chen Shang quickly saw that those light spots were huge stars emitting strong light, and after they gathered, they looked like silk threads from a distance. Chen Shang suddenly understood that this elliptical thing was a very huge universe with a lot of stars inside. At this time, a huge red crystal appeared in the image, emitting white light, like a white sun floating in the universe. 6 groups of people appeared in the back, a very large number and densely packed, constantly attacking this giant white light group from a distance. Is it the 6th clan of Life Soul? Chen Shang immediately understood that the energy crystal he was now in was part of the giant light group that was being attacked. In the end, the white light ball was crushed, and then burst open, and the fragments were scattered everywhere. The 6 groups of people each went to collect the debris, and left after the collection. The space of the universe gradually collapsed, and then the energy of the entire universe was draining outwards, and they did not know where they all went. Could it be that this energy crystal is really the life soul crystal of a universe? It's also very special, so that universe was destroyed like this. Chen Shang shuddered, because when he was in Aoshitiandi, the Ming Soul was also targeted by the people of Ming Soul 6 clan. Fortunately, the spatial barrier of Aoshitiandi was very strong, and the people of the 6th clan of Life Soul could not pass through the barrier on a large scale, and there was nothing to do with that. Brother, among the nightmare people, maybe someone has been creating the nightmare orcs. Didn't Yanqing say that? The number of nightmare orcs is very large, and they also said that the nightmare orcs are very fertile. From now on, they are extremely fertile. It's possible that the heavenly nightmare people are quietly creating the heavenly nightmare orcs. Sister Xiaojing said. Why are they doing this? There are 2 camps on the heavenly nightmare clan. Are these 2 camps doing this kind of thing at the same time, or is only one of them doing this? The altar where Chen Shang is now is the heavenly nightmare fire king. Here. The people of the heavenly nightmare fire king are very vicious, completely different from Yanqing and their faction. In other words, the reason why the heavenly nightmare orcs was created here in the fire palace is very likely to fight against Yanqing and their faction. Little Mirror said, it seems that the internal struggle in the heavenly nightmare universe is very complicated. Fate Soul 6 the clan is involved. The 6 Fate and Soul races are really mean. Chen Shang saw the methods of the 6 Fate and Soul races again. As a result, the heavenly nightmare clan can't unite at all. They can't beat the Fate Soul 6 clan. Little Mirror said. Brother, if you go to war with the Fate Soul 6 clan, you must be wary of these sky nightmare people. Quote. I see. Chen Shang nodded and said, the situation on the side of the nightmare orcs should be similar. At this time, Chen Shang was also sent out by the energy crystal. The images he saw in it before should have been recorded by energy crystallization long ago, and I don't know how it was done. Chen Shang went outside and continued to use his divine consciousness to break the seal of energy crystals. Why doesn't it let me break the barrier inside? Chen Shang was very puzzled, because it should be more convenient to do it in the space inside the energy crystal. Because after the barrier is broken, the ghost knows what will happen. Brother, after the seal inside the energy crystal is broken, there will definitely be a lot of movement, you are very unsafe inside. Little Mirror said. Yes. Chen Shang continued to infuse divine consciousness. This lasted for a full 4 days, and finally the seal inside the energy crystal was torn apart a thin crack. After the crack appeared, the seal was completely torn apart. Chen Shang immediately released the 6 divine mirrors to collect the energy crystals. Sister Little Mirror separated a space dedicated to this energy crystal, so that it would not affect the other things in the Six Gods mirror. After the energy barrier was taken away, the entire altar trembles violently, causing a lot of movement. In this altar, there are many things that need to consume energy. Now that the energy source is gone, there will be a lot of movement. Sister Xiaojing said happily, "Brother, let's go." Chen Shang immediately became invisible and quickly left this giant altar. When he came outside, he found that it was the night that the giant altar was still trembling, and there were a large number of people flying out of the small altars around it. They noticed the movement and had to come out to see. There are a lot of royals. Chen Shang was in the air, sitting on the 6 divine mirrors, and could see at least dozens of people wearing golden armors below. Although he knew that the royal family had a lot of primordial power, Chen Shang didn't dare to go down now. After all, there were too many people on the other side, and there must be many strong people. Let's go. Chen Shang has gained a lot, and he is very content, so he flies away from here decisively. Originally, he was only here to save Yan Qing. He didn't expect to enter the huge altar, but found the life soul crystal. Although he still doesn't understand what that energy crystal is about, it must be of great use. Chen Shang continued to fly to the south, to the Lei Ying altar that Yan Qing said before, and sent Yan Qing to the vicinity of this altar. He still doesn't know where Lei Ying Tan is, so he can only ask Yan Qing when he wakes up. He just has to fly to the west. While Chen Shang was flying in the air, he suddenly saw a large number of shuttles flying towards the giant altar before. After Chen Shang took away the crystal from that huge altar, the movement grew louder and louder, and it seemed that a large number of shuttles were being gathered. World Defying Dan God Chapter 4360, Altar of Life and Soul. Chen Shang had already ran away, and the nightmare people didn't even know that he took it away. Chen Shang, who was on the 6 Daoshen mirror, was a little worried at this moment, because Yan Qing might become a key suspect. If Yan Qing knew that the energy crystal of the altar had been lost, she would doubt Chen Shang. When Chen Shang broke the internal seal in order to take away the energy crystal, it took 4 days. Yan Qing rested and healed in the 6 magic mirrors, and now he has also regained consciousness. "Brother Yan, how are you feeling now? Isn't it better?" Chen Shang smiled. "Friends of the Chelong clan, are you okay with you? The Chelong clan has been taking care of Yan Qing these days. They treat me very well. Brother Shen, how are you doing now? Are you out of danger? You haven't talked to me much these days, are you in danger?" Yan Qing was worried about this. Yan Qing was shocked when Chen Shang was able to enter the altar, and Chen Shang could actually take him away. "I just got rid of those troubles, and it's okay." Chen Shang asked, "Brother Yan, you were tortured by them. What is the main reason they tortured you?" "They wanted to ask me what altar I came from, but I didn't tell them." Yan Qing said, "And I deliberately guided them so that they would not doubt the Thunder Palace." By the way, under what circumstances would such a giant altar vibrate violently? Or even collapse? Chen Shang asked. "Ah, what happened to that altar?" Yan Qing was surprised, and said, "That altar is a big altar. Could it be that it collapsed in the previous shaking?" "Yeah, what's the matter?" Chen Shang saw Yan Qing's reaction and knew that he must understand. If it really shakes and collapses, it means that the big altar has been completely defeated. The connection between the life soul of the altar and the altar has ended. Yan Qing swallowed, and said in disbelief, "Why did this happen? It has been many years since the great altar has not been ended, and it happened just after coming to Aoshi universe. Is it difficult to end a big altar?" Chen Shang realized that he had done an incredible thing. Yes, even a king-level powerhouse can hardly end a large altar in a short time. Yan Qing said solemnly, "I can see from the records that most of them require several kings to join forces to bring the big altar together. The end of the altar. A few kings can do it. Then the big altar that you imprisoned before seems to be over now. Could it be that several kings shot at the same time?" Chen Shang asked. "It's impossible. Even a few kings can't do it in a short time. It requires a very fierce battle." Yan Qing shook his head and said, "The only thing that can be done is the 3 emperors. However, the 3 emperors do not. Maybe it's a shot, right? Didn't you say that one of the 3 emperors did not develop his own power, and his whereabouts were erratic? He might have come to Aoshi universe early. Did you think it was this guy?" Chen Shang said. "I don't know, I can only wait for the follow-up news." Yan Qing said, "When I go back, I will continue to inquire about the news." There must be various opinions about this kind of major event. Chen Shang was still a little worried before that the group of people would suspect that Yanqing had taken the energy crystals. Now it seems that Yanqing is not qualified to be suspected at all. Only the 3 emperors are eligible to be suspected. By the way, Brother Yan, what is the life and soul of the altar you mentioned before? Chen Shang asked. It sounds like a very important thing about the altar. It's the important thing about the big altar. Only the big altar has the life soul of the altar. This is the main source of energy for the altar. Yanqing said. The life soul of the altar can release very mysterious energy, and that energy can be maintained. The operation of the altar, the small altar surrounding the large altar, all need to absorb that kind of energy. Have you seen the life spirit of the altar? Chen Shang asked. He wanted to quickly figure out what the energy crystallization did. I haven't seen it. I don't know what it is like. I only know that it is very important to the altar. Yanqing shook his head. Now it seems that the life and soul of the altar is indeed a secret. Those who dared to break in must have already died. Although there is no defense, the light from the energy crystals is enough to be lethal. Then have you heard of the legend about the life and soul of the altar? Chen Shang asked again. The altar needs to be sacrificed. People who fail the test, or children, will be sent to the altar for sacrifice. Then no one has seen those people and went to another space. Yanqing said. It is said that it is the altar. Life soul has the ability to open the door of space and send people away. Chen Shang thought so before, but now after thinking about it, he thinks he hasn't sent people away at all. But the weak who failed the assessment were transformed into other forms by others using the altar life soul. Chen Shang shuddered when he thought about it. Inside these large altars, there must be many people who have been transformed by the fate of the altar. This kind of person might be the secret power of the Heavenly Nightmare clan. Yulei Palace, the children are all used for sacrifice. Chen Shang asked. The children who failed the test were sacrificed in the end. What are the criteria for the test? The assessment criteria are many times. In short, it is the assessment of strength. Fighting or something. That is, if the competition is lost, you have to sacrifice and contribute to the whole family. Yanqing said, also very sad, because he has a lot. The child was sacrificed. You men can give birth to children because of the altar? Chen Shang asked. Yes. Yanqing nodded. Chen Shang suddenly felt that he had discovered a big secret of the Heavenly Nightmare clan. Their so-called sacrifices were actually not sending people to other dimensions at all, but using the altar to kill the souls to transform and mutate those test eliminations. No one knows what it will become in the end. Chen Shang has only seen an orc who turns a horse into a man and a horse, but he has never seen one who mutates a man. Of course, if you have a chance to catch a heavenly nightmare from the Fire King's mansion, you can give it a try. Brother Yan, I'll bring you out. This kind of thing happened at that altar. Do you think they doubt you? Chen Shang asked. How can you doubt me? They will only think that I am already dead inside the altar. Besides, they don't know who I am or which altar I come from. Yanqing smiled and said, fuck me. Yes, there will never be any clues. Then your real name is Yanqing? Chen Shang asked. I don't have a specific name. I only have a code name, which is only known by my altar. Yanqing is only my temporary name, but it does not affect my relationship with Brother Shen. Yanqing smiled and said, Brother Shen, don't worry, I won't harm you. Chen Shang knows that Yanqing doesn't have that much thought because of his heart and eyesight. Brother, the furnace is ready. Sister Xiaojing told Chen Shang excitedly. Ah, it's finally all right. Chen Shang was also very happy. The proud god furnace finally merged with the heavenly nightmare Xiaoming soul, and I don't know what it will become. Chen Shang had thought before, would there be other effects if the Ao Shi Shen furnace was used in conjunction with the altar life soul crystal?